Okay. Let's see how our bandwidth can handle this. By the way, shout out Elon Musk, homeboy, for setting this all up. Okay, so today we are going to be calling sellers agents. We're not going to be calling sellers live. We're going to be calling sellers agents based on the leads that were generated overnight. So yesterday, what we did is we pulled a list, and that list came from, it doesn't matter where the list came from. That's going to confuse people. We pulled a list off of some software.
Yep.
And that software gives us a nice juicy list. It was 1,074 opportunities. And so yesterday, Myron sat down and he launched 300 offers to 300 offers out of that 1,074 people. Only 300 received an email from you. Is that correct? Yeah, just say yes.
I did a little more than that, but yeah, pretty close.
Pretty close. Okay. You see, guys, I'm the guy that says 300. He's the guy that says 307. Like it's 300. You know what I'm saying? Just round down, round up. We got it. And between yesterday and today, the amount of work you put into creating these leads and the people we're going to call, the first call is going to happen in about 18 minutes. The amount of time and energy you put into that was probably 30, 45 minutes.
Exactly. Not much. I mean, I just had to get it set up. And once I started the email, the LOI blaster, they started emailing me back.
Okay, cool. So here's how this works. I wish I had my whiteboard so I could all kind of put this all out there. We go get a list. We take that list. We put it in loiblaster.com. LOI Blaster sent out 300 offers to these agents. Here's the list. The list is sellers who have their house paid off. Their house has been on the market for over 50 days. And so that kind of shows us that maybe they're not having an easy time selling the property. Maybe the seller wants too much money. Maybe the market's a little bit slow there, whatever the heck it is. And we are having conversations, or our goal is to have conversations with those agents. That list that he pulled was 1,074 people, and he emailed 300 of them, not manually, but LOI Blaster sent those LOIs out for him. I don't want to touch technology. The only thing I should be touching is this. The only thing Jordan Reyes should be touching is this. Is that you? Your personality is like, give me the phone.
I just want to talk to somebody who wants to sell something.
There you go. He don't even care. If it's broke, he can fix it. Give me a 2007 Tahoe. So we've got a couple of appointments today. I have not been involved in any of these conversations, setting the appointments. Myron has done all of that for me. So just to point out a really good system for doing deals is find somebody that's good at technology, find somebody that's good at generating leads and setting appointments, and get somebody like a Jordan Reyes or a Pace Morby that's really good at calling agents or sellers. Hell, I don't even know if I'm really good at it. I just love doing it.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm good at it.
Well, that's the point. Stacy Thomas, you think I'm good at it. Thank you. She says I'm outstanding. Myron, you're pretty good at it. I don't want to diminish your ability to talk to agents.
Yeah, when I started Pace, I was pretty much horrible, and I recorded it. And I'm going to really make my first calls, and it was not good. But
you just didn't have confidence, or
it was confidence?
Okay.
Lack of confidence. I just didn't really know what to say, and I was overthinking it and all that stuff. And I just kept going. And since I did that, since I kept practicing and putting more reps, then I got better at it. So
I see Landon Moore in the side chat today. I see Anthony Fleming, two of our Montana brothers. I feel like Landon Moore is probably like 15% Montana. What do you think? I'm definitely like 37%.
Yeah.
You're 105%.
All day, every day.
Anthony Fleming, I'd say he's 85%.
Yeah. He's not at 100 just quite.
He's not quite there.
Not quite there.
He doesn't have a horse to tie up. So, all right. So our first appointment of the day is in about 15 minutes. Tell us, what are we looking at today? Do you have people that are good with like me just calling them at any time that are like, yeah, just give me a call. Let's chat about it.
A lot of these are just give me a call.
Okay, cool. So we got a lot of give me a calls.
Yep.
Okay. How many give me a calls do you think we have? Just roundabout number. 10? 6?
7.
7. Okay, cool. We got 7 just give me a calls, which means that they received an email from Myron yesterday. They then emailed or texted him back and said, hey, Myron, I'd love to chat about this. Let's get on a call sometime tomorrow. Did you give them a window of like, hey, I might call in this time frame?
I said, hey, how about 2:00?
Okay.
And so I had the person for 2:30 says yes. And that is the one in Scottsdale. You like Scottsdale?
I love Scottsdale. Yeah.
Cool. Yep. So that one's just ready to go, ready to.
Can I call them right now?
I'm sure you can.
Okay. Give me agent's name.
Kimberly.
Oh, I love it. I've never had a bad Kimberly call. This could be my first one. You never know. Now, Eric, by the way, I've done some deals with Eric. I've made a lot of money with you, bro. Have you made some money on some wholesale deals with me?
I have, yeah.
Love it.
It's time for some more.
I owe you money though.
You do.
How much do I owe you?
Not much.
$1,500, I think.
Yeah, off a Gator deal and off of seller financing you an American flag.
That's right. He seller, you know that American flag on the house? It's an antique. He seller financed it to me for $500, no money down, no interest. What were our payment terms?
5 months at $100 a month.
There you go.
Nice.
Cool. Okay, so we've got Kimberly. Will you write down her number for me?
Yep.
Just in case I need to dial it a couple of times.
Yep.
And then I really don't care about the address. I really don't care about some of these things. I just really want to understand the situation. Let's see how I go. Let's see how I do today completely blind. You guys want to see one of my tricks to go into a conversation completely blind? Okay, cool. What's the street name? Just the street name.
Sells. SELLS.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Did you script this, bro? This seems way too scripted.
I'm gonna say yes
Okay.
because I like it so much.
Okay. So I'm going to go blind. I don't know the address. I don't know anything about the house. I don't know anything other than the agent's name is Kimberly. And I'm just going to give her a call and see what happens. Oh my gosh, I might lose my birthday. This is so hard. I might die. Okay. I don't like that.
What happened?
It rang one time and then died, basically. Can you guys hear the cell phone call? No.
Audio.
Yeah. Here we go. You guys can hear me now, but I don't think you could hear the phone ringing. That's the problem. Usually everybody can hear my phone ringing.
That's weird.
Okay. We'll see how we do when I get a hold of her. Hold on. It's actually pretty loud.
Yeah, it's on speaker.
Hello?
Hey, is this Kimberly?
Yes.
Hey, Kimberly. My name is Pace. I'm partners with Myron. He was chatting with you about the house on sales.
Oh, yes. I'm just in a home closing. So can I give you a call right back?
Heck yeah. Close that deal. That's
Okay.
awesome.
Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
They can hear it now.
I think they can hear it when you
They couldn't hear the ringtone.
can't hear it ringing.
Yeah, but then
That's not normal.
we can hear her now.
Jose's right. She's on the toilet. You know, that's some really good sales training, actually. Like, think about this. You always want to position yourself as somebody who's busier than you really are, right? So on our side, I always say, okay, well, I've got 5 other people I'm working with. I'll get back to you in a couple of days, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
She forgot that we were going to call, and she's
Yeah.
sitting on the toilet. So she's like, I'm in a closing. Can I wrap this up?
I'm closing something.
I'm closing this deal. And good for her. That's awesome. That is a good agent. I really like that. And she's sweet and jovial. We got to love that. Oh yeah. Aramis says she's making a deposit. That would have been amazing. And the fact, well, I did have to call her 3 times, just so you know. I did have to call her 3 times, and that's perfectly fine. So I want you guys, here's a couple of little training. You're going to pick up a little bit of training today in sales training. Number 1, what did we take away from this call? What did we take away from this call? Anything, Jordan, you would point out?
With her?
Just like the whole process. I'll give you an idea. How many times did I dial?
3. I always, yeah.
If you haven't dialed twice, you haven't dialed once. That's the motto. If you haven't dialed twice, you haven't dialed once. And I remember when I first started, I would call and almost hope that nobody would pick up the phone. Did you ever feel that?
All the time.
Yeah. Do you ever feel that? Are you still in that phase right now?
I've never called somebody. No,
What?
What?
We are going to solve that today, bro.
never called it. I've DM'd people and then called them, talked to them afterwards, but never straight just called.
Yep. Steven says, call them 3 times, then text them. That is correct. A lot of times if I am trying to get a hold of somebody, I will send them even a video message like, hey, my name is Pace. Here's my real face. I want them to know I'm not annoying, right? And then also the reason, why did 3 dials work when 20 years ago you probably didn't need to do 3 dials is because so many people are getting hit up all the time with like robo dials and whatnot that people need to have 3 calls go back to back to back until they actually get the call to come through, right? Or be like, oh, wow, this is serious. Somebody's arm is chopped off and they're calling for, hey, I'm calling from somebody's payphone, you know. Anything else, Eric? Anything you picked up on that?
That she's busy and that she's doing deals.
Okay, she's busy. How did I reply to that?
Excited for her. Good for you.
I said, heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is it perfectly fine to be casual on a call, Jordan?
It's preferred for me.
Me too. Like people go, where's the script? I'm like, man, when you went on the first date with your wife, did you have a script? Did you write down what all the 10 questions you should ask her, or did you just try to get to know her, right? And so that's really what we're going to be trying to do. Now, who else do we got? I don't want to wait for Kimberly. I don't wait. Give me another lead, Myron.
Okay, call this one.
I'm in the mode right now.
You want the phone number here?
Yeah, give me the phone number and write down the name. Now, Kimberly, the real estate agent, she seems awesome. I really like her. I'm going to write Kimberly, the agent. And I'll say AZ. So when she calls me back, it actually comes through my phone. My phone is on. You cannot get a hold of me unless you're already in my phone. So I've got to program her back. Okay, we've got, can you pronounce that? Keenan. Okay. I've had nothing but bad calls with Keenans. Let's see if I can redeem myself. All Keenans want to do is talk about orange soda. Nobody gets that joke?
Keenan and Kel.
Keenan and Kel. Nick at Night. Should I throw out the orange soda joke? Why not? You know what I'm saying? All right. What's the street name?
Tyler Trail.
Okay. Tyler Trail. Cool. 602-942-4200. That doesn't seem like a real phone number. Can you give me a real phone number?
Thank you for contacting West USA Realty.
Yeah.
Please press 9 to advance the call center.
Okay. Yeah. We'll do that.
Thank you for calling West USA Realty. This call may be recorded for quality purposes. You will now be transferred to the first available attendant.
Oh,
West USA Realty is one of the largest.
By the way, if you're a real estate agent and you want to get deals done, this is not the phone number you should be using on your.
West USA Realty.
Hello,
How may I help you?
is Keenan there? This is Kel.
Who?
My name is Kel. Is Keenan there?
This is the West USA Realty office in Ahwatukee.
Oh, dang. I've got an agent. His name is Keenan that represents a property on Tyler Trail, and this is the phone number I was given.
Okay, we have 8 offices, and it's the same number. You said his name is Keenan?
Yeah, and I'm his buddy Kel.
What's his last name?
McGuire.
McGuire.
Huh.
I do have his mom's phone number. I could call her over there and just see what's going on. Should I try?
Okay. Yeah, that'll probably be the best bet. I don't have a number in the system.
Okay, no problem. I got it.
Okay.
Thank you. Now, a couple of things I want to point out to you guys. Number one, calling agents is way more fun with your homies. Because when you do it this way, you can entertain people, you can make jokes, and it keeps yourself engaged in making calls. So when you imagine, like Jordan, you make a lot of calls by yourself. I've made a lot of calls by myself. If I got that situation where I wasn't around my friends and we could be funny about Keenan and orange soda and hey, my name's Cal and like just jumping into it, I would have ran into that block wall of like, dang it. I got a phone number from a guy named Keenan who his agent office doesn't even know who he is. You know what? I'll go get a snack from the fridge.
100%.
And you lose freaking momentum. Or for you, Jordan, you'd be like, I'm going to go drive my 2007 yacht Tahoe off a cliff. Okay, so Myron, can you tell me why do we have a phone number for a guy named Keenan that goes to a silly little agent answering service?
He called me from that number while we were playing paintball and everything, doing all the stuff we were doing.
Yeah.
And so I thought it was a good number. So
you want to email him or something? Say, hey,
I already emailed him asking for his phone number.
This is why you need an awesome integrator right here. All right, give me another. I need another one. Give me another one.
Talk
Team me up.
to Mr. Shane.
Never had a good Shane call in my life either. Never. It's never happened. Welcome to the Thunderdome. I'm going to wait until Eric is warmed up.
Remembered up.
Oh my gosh.
I want to wait. I want to have a call of my own, and then I want to kind of warm you up a little bit, and then we're going to end the call. You cool with that?
Yeah, that helps.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Call that one.
Have I made anybody laugh today that was maybe born in the 80s that watched a little bit of Nickelodeon? All right. There you go. Shane, guaranteed this is Shane's real phone number. Are you sure you're not a doctor, Myron?
Dude, sorry.
Looking at your handwriting, it looks like you're trying to give me a prescription. I'm not quite sure what that says. Mosquito?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Mesquite Street.
Okay, so here's what I'll do. I want to show you guys how I jump into calls. I don't know anything about the situation. I don't even know what the house looks like. Like, think about this. Have you given me the full address?
No.
Do I know the situation? Do I know how long it's been listed? Do I know Shane's last name?
Do you want to?
No, I do not want to. I don't, this is my point is you guys, people overthink this stuff. Now, is it somewhat helpful? Like every once in a while, it's kind of nice to know like, hey, I saw the property's been listed for X amount of time. It's definitely helpful. But the main thing I want to show you guys today is that you could just get on the phone and it's not that hard, right? But I have never had a good Shane call. So this might be our first good Shane call.
He's a little spicy through email.
I love spicy.
You're going to like
What do
it.
you know?
Okay.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voicemail.
Okay, so here's what we do. We wait about 7 seconds for you guys that are new. I can just imagine now somebody watching this training, they now do calls. They're literally like, oh, okay, Pace said 7 seconds. I got to wait my 7 seconds. Okay. Oh. Victoria, hold on. Victoria, she said that she's got somebody on Zoom. She wants us to talk about a deal, I think, is what is going on. Victoria. Send Victoria on over. Let's Red Rover.
Revenue Rangers.
Victoria, remind me of what we're doing with your situation.
Yes, I have a guest that's here tonight. He is the listing agent.
Yes, okay.
For one of the properties that we sent a LOI letter out to on the 5th of June, the day after I joined SubTo.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. So this is one of their so this is Maricopa County.
Actually, it's North Carolina.
Okay, cool.
One of your favorite states.
I mean, definitely North Carolina is in the top best states on the planet.
It better be.
Definitely the nicest people you'll ever meet are in North Carolina.
There we go.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think North Carolina or South Carolina has better barbecue?
South Carolina.
We got people in the room, live people in the room right now saying South Carolina beats North Carolina.
You need to take names down. I'll have to have a talk with
He's
them.
going to come and give you a knuckle sandwich. How about that?
Knuckle sandwich.
Okay, cool. Do you want me to bring him up on the Zoom or do you want me to call him? What do you want me to do?
If you could bring him up on the Zoom, that'd be great.
Okay, great. Yeah, what's his name?
Devontae.
Yes, Devontae
And
Freeman.
he might need to raise his hand.
I got him. I think I got him. Devontae Freeman, right?
Yes.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Not much. How are y'all?
Okay, so Devontae, tell me the truth. South Carolina and North Carolina barbecue. What do you think?
See, this one's kind of difficult because I'm from Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh, man.
But now he's in North Carolina.
That's not fair.
Yeah, so I guess hometown always kind of beats where I'm at.
Isn't that sad?
South Carolina.
Victoria, you brought somebody up.
I had no idea.
She's like, oh my God.
He just,
Oh my God.
oh,
I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help Devontae, and he does that to me. Come
that
on.
was so good. Devontae, tell me, what do we got? I want to buy a deal with you, brother.
Yeah, so I mean, I have a deal it's kind of been on the market for a little over 200 days, and it's an expired listing that I originally found, and their original listing was over 200 days as well. So this seller, he's been trying to sell for some time now.
Perfect.
And-
Okay, so Devontae, there was another agent. The listing went expired. You, as an agent, called the expired listing. Did you get a listing out of it?
Yes.
Okay, so then that has been now listed for another 200 days. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you've gone past your listing agreement. All right, did you guys extend, or are you just kind of out there free floating? Are you a free agent?
No, we extended it. He liked
Okay.
the marketing. He liked the work that we was doing. He trusts the process, but he just understands that his home is in a desirable community, but his home does need some work and things like that. And we're just trying to, the offers that we've been getting, they mostly want him to do a lot of renovations and things like that. But he's a single gentleman and he's kind of strapped for cash. He's trying to move on to the next phase of his life in Florida.
Okay.
So he trying to get as much money as possible. And he's gotten from my team lead and us speaking, this listing that we've had the most subject to offers on this listing than any offer that we've had subject to offer on any of our other listings. We've had 14 subject to offers.
I love it. What has kept him from doing a SubTo deal?
So his biggest thing is that he doesn't want to be on the hook for another home in case. So his goal is to sell this current home, use the proceeds to pay off his mother's home, and then use some of the proceeds to also buy his next home. And one of the biggest things is that with subject to, he's afraid/worried about possibly being back on the hook for two homes, so to speak. He doesn't want to get the money and move on to a different place, and then something happens with a subject to, as far as, the home goes back to him, and now he's on the hook for two homes when he's only a single guy available to pay for one home.
I think that's a crazy valid concern. I love it. Super logical. Makes a lot of sense. What I would usually tell most of my sellers is I just say, make sure that the buyer that's buying the SubTo deal has a track history of owning SubTo deals and no missed payments, et cetera. So I currently have a little over 300 subject to single family homes in my portfolio. We have never missed a payment. And if I died, my team would probably rejoice. They'd be happy I got out of their way. So even if I got hit by a bus, my team would take over the portfolio and we'd still never miss a payment. So would something like that help him calm those fears on that, number one? And then I got a second question. If I could show him how to buy another house without paying this one off, would he be open to that conversation?
Oh, he most definitely would be. Like, we spoke about it briefly today, and I let him know that this subject to offer from you guys would be potentially different from the other ones that he's gotten in the past. And he's to the point to where he's open to hearing the options.
I love it. How can we, do you want me to help talk to him on maybe a separate Zoom, or do you want to relay the information? I'm pretty good on Zooms and stuff.
Yeah, well, he's a traveling nurse. He's currently working this week, but he's off on Sunday and Monday. And I told him that I'd be speaking with y'all today. And he wants to know if we can set something up for Monday to where, the three of us get on a call and he can really get his questions answered, because he's also wondering about the commission aspect as far as if y'all are willing to pay the commission and pay what he's asking, what's the catch?
Okay, yeah, I can do that. The catch is, I think once he understands how I make money and how my goal is so different than his goal, and that the fact that my goal and his goal actually match up and pair up with each other. He's like peanut butter, I'm jelly, and we make a perfect situation. You know what I'm saying? So once he understands my objective with the house and he understands my game plan of how I make money, he'll say, oh, there is no catch. You actually make money from this, and you want this house for these reasons, and I want to get away from this house for these reasons. This is a perfect win-win scenario. Would it be helpful if I brought my closing attorney from North Carolina to the call, or do we just want to do it with us?
No, we can bring the closing attorney. Again, he's ready and willing and able to move. And he even sees another home that he wants to go ahead and go forth and purchase, that he sent me the address to today. And I had to reach out to the agent and just kind of do some pre-negotiations, asking if they're willing to do a 2-1 buy down and things like that. So he's ready to move on to the next phase. So if you can bring the closing attorney, and I'm sure if he likes the numbers and likes what, we all speak about, he's ready to go. Okay,
cool. So here's what I would tell him on your side. I'd say, hey, I talked to a credible buyer that has over 300 properties in his I have 2,100 properties in my portfolio, but 1,500 of them are multifamily, so it doesn't really pertain to him. But I've got 300 single family homes in my portfolio, totaling like $140 million or something just in single family stuff. So I've never missed a payment. We can show him all of those payments. We can have him talk to a couple of sellers I've not only recently closed with, but also sellers I closed with 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago that I've still continued to make payments with. So if he wants to connect with them, I would write that down, let him know. The other thing is we can show him how to buy another house, even with this house still being on his credit. We can show him how to do that properly. And if we don't need the closing attorney, I won't bring the closing attorney. But if he says, wow, I really would love to talk to the closing attorney that's going to run the transaction and do the paperwork, happy to bring that person in, maybe into a second call if you're open to it.
No, yes, I'm definitely open to just learning all that I can learn about this as well, because this does seem beneficial for me and my clients, and what's going on in the real estate realm today as well. So the more knowledge I have, the more power I have.
I love it, bro. And by the way, I love the dad hat. It's like you like add total style to that realtor hat. I freaking love it.
All I got is a puppy, not a dad, but
I love it. Okay, so here's just, the first thing that popped in my mind was you're calling expired listings, bro. Like, think about how every agent on the planet is calling expired listings and they're trying to get listings. But if you understood this, you and freaking Victoria could take over North Carolina, call all the expired listings and buy them seller finance or subject to. Like, you guys would be the most powerful duo in all of North Carolina.
Love it. So let's do it.
No, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, Devontae.
I love it. You guys would have to be called like Peanut Butter and Jelly Realty LLC or something like that.
Funny.
You call yourself Revenue Rangers, which I love, Victoria. So Devontae, Victoria and I have done a handful of deals together. I will partner with her on deals. I primarily buy in Arizona and North Carolina. So it's one of my favorite states. I'd love to do not just one deal with you, but I'd love to do so many more deals with you. You and Victoria calling expired listings would be magical, man. I'll be your buyer. I'm not wholesaling these deals. I mean, freaking Eric, that's all he does is wholesale deals. I only buy deals. So don't give any of these deals to Eric, but I will definitely buy the deals. And I want to be your #1 buyer in North Carolina, okay?
It sounds good. I got a couple other listings too that we can speak about.
I love it. I love it, man. We'll hang out on the live if you want to and just vibe with us. And Victoria, let's set something up for Monday. So I'm going to DC. I'm hanging out with Stacey Thomas out there in DC. There's an event going on out there. And then I'm flying back to Montana. I'll have probably half the day Monday in the afternoon. So hopefully we can make a call happen with the seller at that time. But let's get it set up.
Okay, we will get that set up. I'll text you so we can be creating that time, okay?
I love it. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
Devontae. I
you.
appreciate you, brother.
Thank y'all.
Dang it. When somebody has as good of a mustache as Devontae, I miss the freaking chance to say I mustache you a question.
You had your chance and you blew it.
I blew it. So I want to point a couple of things out here. Number one, isn't it magical that an agent who's calling expired listings just now is realizing, dude, I could literally just clean up the whole entire market with expired listings. Once an agent understands how powerful their expired listings are, that instead of chasing the listing, you chase as a buyer, those sellers have not heard somebody say, I want to buy your house in 6 months, 4 months, 3 months, 30 days, whatever. And so when you call and you go, hey, you're probably getting a lot of calls from real estate agents today. Although I am licensed, I'm actually calling as a buyer. Me and my partner, like Victoria, you could be calling expired listings, which I know you do. Me and my partner, Pace Morby, we'd love to just buy the house. Can I submit an offer to you today directly? We are the buyer, right? Makes such a big difference. And so, Devontae, if you and your team, and now Victoria, the next thing I want to point out to you too is like, as an agent who's done multiple SubTo deals with me and worked with my team, and you have direct access to my team, you have the ability to go to Devontae, who also has a team, and you say, hey, Devontae, set up as many expired listing calls as humanly possible, and let's go clean up North Carolina, all the failed listings, let's go clean them all up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gosh,
I mean,
dang it.
sky's the limit. His business partner, Landon, invited me to speak at an investor meeting next month, which to some other investors here in North Carolina. So you're more than welcome to come and help me do that, Pace.
Oh, okay. I'm not really good at speaking, so I don't know that I could take you up on that offer, but
yeah, so
Eric said he'll do it.
But it's so exciting. Yeah, Eric, you can come. It's so exciting to see how one agent to another agent can help each other out. And that just makes me so happy because I want him to get paid. I want a seller to be able to move on and reach their goals. So yeah, it's a win-win for all parties. Like you said, that's what's so exciting about it.
What's exciting is also Kimberly, our friend Kimberly. I've never had a bad call with a Kimberly, so let's see how this call goes. Yeah. I'm now 1-for-1 with Devontae. I've never had a Devontae call as an agent. That was 1-for-1. We had a really great call. Thank you so much, Devontae, for being awesome. I'm going to call Kimberly, but my sword and my shield has been stolen from Myron. This is where I put my thoughts. You're stealing my thoughts. Do we have another appointment set up that I have to be aware of?
15 minutes.
In 15 minutes? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Cool. Let's call our friend Kimberly. Oh, John, what's up, bro? Good to see you.
Hello?
Hey, Kimberly, it's Pace again.
Hey, how are you?
Did you close the deal or what?
Oh, yeah, they were just getting keys. So, yeah, it's already closed.
What a good feeling that is.
It was the best. These are the best days.
I love that, especially like you work so hard for a listing or a buyer for so many months and you finally get the keys over to them. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's the best feeling.
So
it's a good feeling.
Myron and you were chatting. I'm Myron's financial backer. I back all of his deals. And he said that you guys have a listing on a property called Sales. And because I'm the numbers guy and I'm basically just wiring money most of the day, I don't look into all the deals. And I just wanted to see if you guys have gotten far enough down the road or if I need to just go back and talk to Myron about the deal.
Oh, yeah. Myron hasn't really told me a whole lot. He sent over an email with like a letter of intent, but it doesn't really, there's two different options there, one for a cash buy and one for, he doesn't really specify what it is. I'm guessing
It's probably
an
like a
owner
seller.
carry,
It's
but
like a owner carry type of deal.
yeah, or a wrap.
Okay,
But
cool.
it doesn't really outline everything that I need to know. So I responded back to him and said, hey, I need more information. And he asked if we could talk at 2:30.
Love it. Okay,
And
cool.
then I
He's.
haven't
I
heard
think
from
he's on a flight, and so he gave me a list of like 6 people to call.
Okay.
And so he handed me over, which is why I'm calling you a little bit blind. So I apologize for that. Do you know what your seller would want to know, or what do you want to know? And I'll have a meeting with Myron tonight. What would be some specific stuff you'd love?
Okay, so to present a proper offer, I need to know that the lowball cash offer is just not going to work for them.
No
Absolutely
problem.
not.
No problem.
Like it's like
We
it's
always
like
tell agents
200,000 less.
like we tell agents that usually 1 out of 100 cash offers that we send out will actually work out. And so we totally get that. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I get it. Gotta try. If you don't ask, the answer is no, right?
Gosh, you're freaking awesome. Yeah. That's actually what it says on my shirt right now.
You gotta send me a picture.
I will.
Okay, so then with regard to the wrap, I need to know the down payment, how long of a term.
Okay.
The offer price was for, I believe, more than the list price, which is very common when it comes to wraps. I get that.
Yeah.
And I've done many, many, many wraps in my career. So I just need to know like what the terms are. They owe about just a tiny bit over 500,000 on the property. So call it like 505 or 506, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Okay.
And so basically I would need to know the terms, like how much down, how long do they want to carry for? And then what are they offering for an interest rate?
Okay, cool. If we worked out all the deals with your seller, do they have a plan of where they're going?
It's an investment, so they're going to
sweet.
reinvest in a different way.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay,
It's
so
an
they've
investment
got, are
property.
there tenants in the property right now?
Not currently. It's a vacation rental, so it was rented yesterday, but it's not occupied right now. Nobody's in there right now.
Got it. Okay. Do you know how
And we
big?
have three. We have 3 of them for the same people, so potentially could be a package.
Okay, dang.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you have to protect your client's interests, so you can always be honest with me, just FYI, if I ask too many deep diving questions. Are the properties not
Mm-hmm.
performing on vacation rentals?
They are performing, and they've owned them for quite some time. They're just ready to diversify and do some other things.
Okay,
But
got
they're
it.
doing well. I mean, they did better in the first couple of years, but that's just kind of like all of
Yeah, it's like
vacation
all of
rentals
it.
in
Yeah.
Arizona.
I had 75 vacation rentals and we're down to like 4. I'm just completely getting out of that market.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, most of them were in Atlanta, and then Atlanta outlawed them, and then I moved kind of to Vegas market, and
Okay.
they just outlawed them unless you like. It's a kind of a weird situation. I don't think Scottsdale is going to fully
Yeah.
outlaw them, but it's definitely becoming more and more challenging. Do you know if the CCNRs
Yeah.
would allow me to do like midterm rental or anything?
Yeah, so there's no HOA. It has to be registered as a rental for Scottsdale, which they are already registered.
Okay.
But that's it. There's nothing. Yeah, there's no HOA, so
Got it. Okay, so
they can't really ban you.
we'll work on some of those numbers for you and get a little bit more specific.
Okay.
Can you send an email
Okay.
to Myron on the other properties too, and maybe we just work all 3 numbers at the same time?
Sure. Yeah, one of them is not currently listed yet. However, we can send you. So I have a business partner. His name is Sean Peterson. He's actually sitting right next to me.
What's
He
up,
can
Sean?
Send you guys the numbers.
Hey. Yeah, we have the Airbnb data if you want to look at them for all 3 of them.
Honestly, I don't want to look at the Airbnb data. It will tempt me to want to do an Airbnb, and I want to get away from that altogether.
Okay.
But I appreciate that. Are you guys using primarily AirDNA, or what are you guys using? Or are you talking about their P&L, like their actual P&L?
Yeah, we're talking about their actual numbers.
Yeah.
Oh,
actual
honestly,
numbers,
I would love that if you don't
not
mind.
projections. Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll send you that. But yeah, we have used AirDNA, but these are actually their real numbers.
Are you guys married or partners, or what are you guys?
No, we are not at all married. Sean is he was a client of mine that turned into a realtor and now is on my team.
Bro, she recruited you? That's
No, he
Yeah,
actually.
actually, I got my license on my own,
That's awesome.
and then she invited me to her team.
That's so cool. Are you guys doing a lot of investment properties? Like, do you guys run into stuff you don't want to list? Like stuff that you just go, hey, there's a probate deal or an inheritance thing that you guys would want to sell to somebody like me?
I would never say no to that answer. I've been doing this 20 years, so like you name it.
Okay,
there's
you've done
something.
it, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
You name it, I've done it.
anytime you get sellers, the buyer I'm okay doing over retail a little bit. I'm okay paying interest, all that kind of stuff. We have, out of our 300 rentals, we've got about 180 of them in Maricopa County. And
cool.
yeah, I'd love to buy more there with you guys. But we'll get you guys numbers on all 3 of these. Do you have anything else I can look at that might not have anything to do with this current seller?
Like what? What's your buy box? Are you just anything that's out there that's not listed?
Anything that so I've got 2 buy boxes. Well, I've got 3. So I've got a fund. We have a multifamily fund. We did like $100 million in acquisitions last year in mid-sized multifamily. We did like a $20 million purchase down in Tucson. And we've got another $20 million purchase in Colorado Springs. That's a buy box that I have a big team for. We're right down in South Tempe. So you guys can always stop by and say hi and hang out. But then I've got 2 other buy boxes.
Okay.
One buy box is low ball cash offers, which you might not run into a lot. We want to flip those, obviously. Or maybe do the BRRRR strategy on those. And then our other buy boxes where a seller might be long days on market, I'm looking for terms so I can just avoid the banks, pay the seller what they want, give the agents, I pay the agents commissions, and then I just put them in the portfolio and hold them.
So let me look at some things, because I had another client before that had a bunch of rental properties that would do terms.
Okay.
And in all honesty, I fired him as a client, but if his properties are still available, I know that he will do terms.
Okay.
So that could be an option, but let me think on that and let you know. The other ones we have coming soon don't fit the bill.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. Like for you and Sean, I would love to do like 5 to 10 deals a year with you guys. And I want the sellers that you have that want too much money or don't have any equity because they did a refinance. Like I just did a VA loan. Somebody refinanced, pulled out all their equity, and they didn't have any equity in the deal, and they couldn't sell it without getting rid of, without writing a check. So if you run into stuff like that, I'm your buyer.
Yeah, like a short sale.
No, I'll just take over their existing mortgage. Or I'll do seller finance, like what you were talking about with wraps. Purchase price is not
What is
so.
your last name? What is your last name?
My last name is Morby.
Oh, you're Pace Morby.
I'm Pace Morby.
Nice.
Yeah.
I know all about you, Pace.
Is that good or bad? Dang it.
No, it's good.
I have 8 sisters.
Like your
Are one
success?
of them your friends or something? Or like one of my sisters?
No, well, obviously obviously you're everywhere, all over the world, but, so very nice to talk to you. And let's see, I have a client that does your system. His name is Paul Del Prado. I don't know if you would know him.
I know Paul, yeah. I know Paul.
He absolutely, yeah, Paul and Kat love you. They're actually my cousins, through marriage.
Nice.
And then, I know somebody named Katrina Hernandez that I think used to work for you before. She's a past client.
Yeah, Katrina's awesome. Did she say I always pay her payroll, or did she say I was a really bad boss?
Well, the last time I talked to her, she was kind of overworking for you, but she never said a bad thing.
Dang it. I'm a slave driver, apparently. I guess I'm just a rude guy. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. You're successful for a reason, Pace.
I just, you know what it is I just love making friends and doing deals. That's all there is to it. And you
Actually, I think you do a lot with, so my old escrow officer, Brandon, with Tima, he told me that he's met you a few times.
Yeah, I've probably done 3 or 4 transactions with their team. He's a great guy. Where's he at right now? What office is he at?
I think he's at the same office for Tima. down in Chandler. Is it Chandler?
That's cool.
I've never actually been to that office, so I don't know where he's at. But mostly I work with Empire.
Empire West or just Empire?
Just Empire. So they were acquired by Stewart Title, so now they're no longer called Empire West.
Okay. I started a title company a
Yeah.
couple of years ago, so I've been kind of out of the loop for a little bit on like all the escrow officers.
Which
and stuff.
one? Which one is it?
The name of our title company is Creative Title and Escrow, where we focus on SubTo, seller finance, wraps, lease options, etc. nationwide. Well, we're in 43 states, not in all 50
Sweet.
quite yet. Yeah. You get into a situation, you know this really well because you guys are gamers, you're in the business. And you run into escrow officers or title companies say, we can't do that, we can't do that, we can't do that. And so
Yeah.
took me 5 years,
Yeah.
but we finally just said, let's just build our own.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of companies that won't touch a wrap with a 10-foot pole, and we're just like,
Yeah.
So you got to stick with the ones that will. Yeah. Well, we'd love to sit down with you sometime. It would be great to meet you and pick your brain. Like I said, I don't begrudge your success. I want to learn what you're doing and
Please.
be able to help my clients.
So I'm in Montana in the summer times at my property up here,
Okay.
but I get home September 15th and then I'll be home for the whole entire winter.
Okay.
Where do you guys live? You guys live in East Valley?
We live in Scottsdale area.
You guys sound like Scottsdale people, very fancy.
Whatever.
So my office is South Scottsdale.
Don't be fooled. I'm a New Yorker through and through. Don't be fooled.
That's how you get stuff done. I love it. So you guys know that concert hall like right north of ASU, across the Tempe Town Lake? What's that called? Is it the Marquee Theater?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so my office is just right north of there. So, and we've got
Okay.
like 150 people in there. I'd love to have you guys come down and hang out like mid-September.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, we'd love to.
All right, so here's next steps.
Okay.
I'll work with Myron on putting some stuff together. And regardless of these deals, let's plan on doing 5 to 10 deals a year together.
Let's go.
All right, appreciate you guys so much.
Okay. Thanks, Dace. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Gosh, I was sweating the whole time. It's such a hard call to make.
Well done. I'm so proud.
Okay, but what did we learn? First and foremost, do we hate all agents? No,
No.
agents are freaking awesome, dude.
They
Like
are.
agents can be like some of the best people to work with on the planet. And
Yeah.
I don't know that we'll do 5 to 10 deals a year with her, but we could do 2 to 4, and then also just, you don't have to work. People
What?
want to know, what market do I choose? Choose the market you live in. Why? Because then you can go meet with these people, right? You and I have gone on appointments. It's the greatest thing. You and I just go on appointments together and just drive down the road.
Yeah.
When you're doing virtual wholesale, you're doing virtual investing, you miss out on this really deep connection. Like Jordan Wittenberg right here, you guys can't see him, but Jordan Wittenberg was that your first deal you ever did? His first wholesale deal he ever did, he door knocked. What a great story this is. The problem with me making calls, I want to break down every call for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And you got all these freaking leads, bro.
Well, just one more right now.
Okay, one more right now. Okay.
They seem cool. So if you call 5 minutes late, I'm trying.
What time is the
asking
call?
In 1 minute.
In 1 minute. Okay, so let me tell you the story really quick. So we got 1 minute. So Jordan Wittenberg goes and knocks on a door in Boise, Idaho. Very, very amazing, unbelievable, long story short. Thanks, Cookie.
Oh.
Did I made a good call so you give me a cookie?
Yeah, you get a little,
Okay.
you get a little treat.
I get a little treat. So Jordan goes and knocks on this door. Long story short, makes $130,000 on a wholesale deal assignment. And it was because you were able to build rapport with this guy. And more importantly, go down to the courthouse and fight with the freaking county over and over and over that was going to take this guy's house. Doing what you did could not have been done virtually. You had to go in there and find the judge that they said, judge's gone home for the day. So homeboy goes and sneaks in like a back door and finds the judge in his quarters and has a conversation with him. Gets the judge to kick it down the road a couple of days and he gets the deal done, makes $130,000. So when we talk about the ABCs of real estate, A is area.
There's Jordan.
Pick your area, right? What's that?
There's Jordan.
Oh, there's Jordan.
You're on camera.
There he is. He door knocked that door, by the way. You got to do deals in your backyard.
awesome.
Okay. You want Mikhail? Okay. Mikhail? Mikhail. Okay. Did anybody learn anything on that call, Victoria? Or are you proud of me? Did I treat that agent with respect and love?
I'm just so proud of my agent friends right now.
Yeah, that was-
I mean, wow. They just made me so proud. I've been telling everybody that their agents are really amazing people.
Agents are amazing. I'm sorry.
They work so
Agents
hard.
Agents can be really, really good people.
Can be.
Wholesalers can also be good people because wholesalers can be
Right.
knuckleheads too.
That's
right?
true.
That's the beauty. We get to filter through the knuckleheads and we get to make money for doing so. It's kind of cool.
And we have a 4:00 confirmed appointment on Monday. Devontae just did that.
Good job, Victoria. Everybody give Victoria some love.
Hey, Devontae. My new
Can we
friend.
have Victoria's voice in prop.ai? I love that. Bro,
No.
we need to copy your voice. I love it. Okay, so we've got Mikhail. Okay, cool. Now remember, you're on this high. When you're on this high, you have a really great call. You built a relationship. You've got momentum in your life. Bottle this up into a mason jar, seal it tight, because the very next call could be a freaking roller coaster. So you want to go back to that mason jar, open it up and sniff it a little bit just to get back on the next call, right? So remember the good times. Let the good times like stick in you, all right? Sam says, sorry, Pace, had to take a call. Good news. Oh, that's awesome, Sam. I want to hear your news. Okay, 480. I want to make Eric make a call, but I also want to make sure that people are learning
Yeah,
stuff.
Don't learn from me.
Well, you know,
learn from my mistakes.
I don't mean it that way. I'll tell you the things that frustrate everybody about real estate agents. Okay, top 5 things. Number 1, they don't pick up the phone. But they're busy, and I get it. And their job is being on the phone, so I totally get that. So you got to just be patient with them for a while. But there are some that like it's just impossible to get a hold of them. I'm sure Devontae's experienced this. I'm sure Victoria's experienced this. Like especially when you're in the middle of a freaking transaction and you're like, this thing's melting down. I need to get a hold of you. And it's like, sorry, I'm on vacation. I'll talk to you in 2 days. It's like, oh my gosh. But also being an agent's really hard because guess when you get time off? Never. Okay. It's tough out there for an agent. So you gotta have a little bit of love. Now, you've not dialed once until you've dialed twice, right, guys?
Hello, you've reached Mikhail Quijada with the brokerage.
Perfect. I know how to say his name now, Mikhail. All right, I don't leave a lot of voice memos or voice messages for my first couple of calls. I just act like I don't have the time, and then I'll call back in a couple of minutes. So we've made the call. I just want you to know I made it on time. Okay, so when you get mad at me because I haven't talked to your lead, I just want you to know I called. Okay. Couple of things I want you guys to take away from the first call on Kimberly, and I'd love to hear Jordan any thoughts that you have on that call. Anything I could have done better? Anything that you liked?
I like that you just had a conversation with the person. I think a lot of people get caught up in, well, I have to present an offer and I have to know all of the answers and I have to know all of the things that are going to come up. And then it's just a mind game that you have and with yourself. And that agent is just another person. So you're talking to her, you're talking to Sean, you're talking to them about come by the office, come hang out, you know, and it's just building that rapport naturally, just having a conversation. You know, I think a lot of people, I know I've felt this way, that I had to have all the answers and be the one with all the knowledge. And you just had a simple conversation with them.
Any thoughts, Eric? From the man that's going to get on the phone call.
I don't know.
Okay, let me give you some stuff because Eric's not going to give you any information. He's one of these gatekeepers. He's got all these great secrets, but he doesn't want to tell you all the secrets. Number one, did I have any information before I called this agent?
No.
Because do I need information to build a relationship, like Jordan just said, another human being? No, like treat this like the playground. Like you're going up to another kid and going, hey, do you want to play? The only difference is we say, do you want to make some money together? Yeah. Like that's all I'm trying to do. And that's the spirit in which we follow every conversation. So, you know, the less information I have, the less I have clouding my judgment. So I can just jump into the call. You got another one for us? Is this a banger that we can have? Minutes. Okay, 15 minutes. Eric, are you ready for this call?
What's the name?
Rebecca.
I love Rebecca's are always dope, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
They're always dope.
My first kiss.
Your first. Wow. Okay, bring that up on the call. Bring that up on the call. If you don't,
no, it's not.
If you don't tie, bro, I could bring in Keenan and Kel into the call. You can bring up your first kiss.
No.
Hey, this is Eric. You're not the Rebecca that was my first kiss, were you? Bro, please do that.
No.
What do you have to lose?
Everything. I'm gonna die.
He said, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
You get her attention.
You know what's funny, Victoria, is if somebody said that to you on the phone, but in the right tone, you would probably laugh, right?
Oh my God, I would love it. I'd be like, oh my God, are you serious? Like, who's this? Like, we would have a ball.
Oh my gosh, like, you're crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. We all like to laugh.
Yeah, y'all like to laugh. You don't want to have these stingy phone calls. I don't want to have stingy phone calls. I want everybody. Did you guys remember that call I did a couple of years back called Twerking and Oreos? We put in the vault. You guys don't remember this call? One of the greatest seller calls I've ever made on the planet. This lady confessed. She said, Beyonce thinks she invented twerking. I invented twerking. And then she started talking about Oreos. Like, oh my gosh, it was one of the greatest calls. Anyway, Jen Shelton made like 15 grand on that deal. And it was because I was just joking around about twerking with this lady, not for her. I would. For 15 grand? All day long.
Yeah. We need to get some Oreo cookies.
Exactly. Throw some cookies at me. Apparently that's my love language, Eric. Thank you so much. Okay, so we've got another call. I want to break down a couple of things. So less information for me. Anybody in this room have a different style? You prefer to have more information. It's okay. I just want to give everybody permission to say that there's different personality styles, and that's okay. Anybody in here prefer to have more information? Myron, what about you?
I do. Like, I want to know sometimes what I do is I pull it up on Zillow, and if I see if there's something weird, like sometimes there's a pink bathroom or something, and I'll make comments about the photos. Like, oh, did you take these photos? You did a really great job.
Oh, okay. I like that strategy.
Like kind of play around with that. But the one you just called is absolutely beautiful with Kimberly. So, I would have said something about that. I would have asked like, oh, was it an Airbnb? It looks amazing. Oh, it was. Okay, cool. So I'm like weaving my way. So I want that information so that I can, you're a master at like just ad-libbing, right? And I can't do that. So I want that information.
Okay, so see, this is why this is important to have 4 different personality types. Jordan and I are very similar in personality types, at least sales style. Like, just get me on the phone. Less information is better. I want to talk to somebody who wants to talk to me. That's all I want to do all day long. And I could do it all day long. You could do it all day long. Eric, probably you want a little bit more information up front, right?
Yeah.
Less ad lib. You're not going to be able to quote movie quotes or anything like that.
No.
Why? Ask me why. Homeboy doesn't watch movies.
Not a whole lot. Just TV shows? Or
No, nothing.
Just
Nothing. No.
BMX
no.
YouTube
Just the
videos.
camera.
yeah.
Just the camera.
Just pays Morby 5 hours
Sorry.
a day editing. No.
That was awesome.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so I prefer to ad lib. And what was my line when I first picked up the phone? I want to give you guys permission to use this line. What is my line when I pick up the phone?
When you
I fund deals for Myron Briley, and he gave me a list of 6 or 7 people to call. What does that subliminally do to the agent? I'm the money guy. Immediate credibility. Second, I'm disconnected from the ultimate decision. I can always defer back to Myron, even when Myron might not be the boss of the situation. Make up a fake person. Right? Cal, exactly. It also puts you in a situation where I obviously am working a lot of deals, but Myron didn't give me 6 or 7 people to call. What that does is it puts her in a situation where she now goes, oh, perfect. He has no information. This is confusing. If I'm an agent and you start calling for information, or you start calling with some information, I now have to calculate in my brain what you know and what you don't know. But when you call and you act as if you know nothing, then it's easier for them to do their job. Victoria, are you picking up what I'm putting down on that?
Yeah, I like it. I like that strategy. I'm going to start using it.
Nobody's ever heard that. I've never said that outwardly. The less they assume you know, the more excited they are to tell you and feed you the information, right? And then I have no preconceived anything. I don't know anything about Kimberly. If you saw this list, literally, if you saw this thing, it's literally just names and numbers, and then my chicken scratch of like little things I write down. And what am I writing down? I call it I'm gathering ammunition. I'm reloading my magazine, because I'm now going to take each little piece of information and snipe back at that seller or that agent with one thing at a time. So, for example, like Devontae, freaking awesome guy. He gave us a couple of objections that the seller has had before. I'm not going to try and overcome every single objection on that first call. The first thing I want Devontae to know is I want Devontae to make money. I want to make money. I want to be friends with him for a long time. I want to make money with him a long time. And let's focus on the one thing your seller wants, which is, what's the objection Devontae's seller has? The number one objection.
He's worried what's going to happen.
I don't want to take the house back and have 2 payments, right? So that was the main one that I objected. I went to. Now, I also haven't talked to my closing attorney in North Carolina for a couple of months. And I was like, oh, this will be fun. I'll get him on the call. And then as I said that, I go, nope, I'm now attacking 2 objections in the same call. I don't need to do that. Just go after one objection, keep it very simple. Don't overwhelm people with information. And hopefully I do a good enough job, Victoria does a good enough job, and Devontae can help us guide through that conversation into a second conversation, and we will gather more objections. And then at that point, I could use the closing attorney if I need to. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, for those of you guys who are like, well, I don't have closing attorneys, use an escrow officer, right? Like Devontae, you're on here. Give me a thumbs up if you think that this is true. If you and I are closing a deal and your seller says, well, I don't know what the subject to thing is. And I said to you, Devontae, I said, I have an escrow officer that does 400 or 500 of these a year. Would it be helpful for this escrow officer to call your seller and say that she does these types of transactions repeatedly? Would that be helpful? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Oh, he gave me 2 thumbs up. Damn, bro, that's like, give me a cookie. Hell yeah. Okay, so is everybody learning a lot of stuff in here today?
Yes.
Okay. Me too. Sometimes I'm reminded of fun stuff. And this business is so freaking fun. Can you ever pinch yourself and go, I can't believe I know how to do this and I can make money doing this?
Pretty cool.
Like you bought that
Or
house.
you could be just working on a 9 to 5. And
Yeah, that's not fun. You could do both, and that's cool too. Pace is reliving the golden days. No, Kelly, I've moved on from the golden days. We are living in the diamond days. Okay.
Ooh, like it.
We're living in the diamond days. This could be the best day of your entire life, my friends. This could be hey, Tumanowski, good to see you, brother. Okay, you got a couple more?
You want to call Rebecca?
I really want Eric to call Rebecca, and I should step away from this call.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, actually, this one just came in from in Houston. Do you want to try?
Yeah, here's another tactic. Don't give a crap about the house. Last thing I want to tell you guys. It's never about the house. If I don't do that deal with Devontae, Victoria and Devontae, are they going to go and do deals together now because we have a good relationship?
Hope so.
Hell yeah. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Devontae's going to give me mustache advice. All sorts of things are going to happen, okay? So the other thing with Kimberly, right? What did I say at the end? I said, even if these houses don't work out, let's please go and make money together. And she's like, of course, let's get together, right? It's never about the house. Remember, when you're calling about the house, I hear people say this all the time. So how do I close the agent? What's my script? Bro, the house is a disguise. It's not even about the house at all. Pretend like you're never going to close that first house at all, right? Like I don't have that expectation. I'm going to call this agent and close them. I'm calling them to say, I don't want to call you out of the blue and be a weirdo, so I'm going to use this house as an excuse to build a relationship with you. That's really all we're doing.
Yeah.
Right? Write that one down, guys. That is so important for you to understand. The house is just a mere excuse for you to build a relationship with another badass human being. That's it. Okay? All right. I love making calls, but I really want to put Eric in a really uncomfortable situation right now. There's only I think we got 517 people on here. That's not a big deal.
No.
These are really good.
Who went to Squat Up Summit, by the way? Okay, did Eric do a freaking great job recording that and taking care of it? He killed it. Bro, you've been in front of 3,000 people doing your thing.
Okay.
This is only 500 people. Okay.
And you can't even see them.
Hey, well, everybody, guys, before I put Eric on a phone call, and I'll coach him through it, by the way, do we have an appointment to call? Rebecca and Connie are both ready right now. Do you want me to do one more call for you?
Actually, Rebecca is expecting a call right now. Yeah.
Okay. One thing before I do this, okay? I will make the Rebecca call for you because I have to make the first kiss joke, okay?
Okay.
You only live once, guys. And the worst thing that can happen is, I don't know, what is the worst thing that could happen? What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you on a phone call?
I've been cussed out and.
That doesn't bother you, bro.
Well, yeah, you just move on. To the
You've been
next
kicked by a horse.
They're not going to remember you.
They won't remember you.
They're never going to remember you.
Okay, so can somebody help me? I just spent $50,000 on Clever Summit tickets, and I have 400 people out of the 500, 400 people took the tickets I bought. I need to give away another 100 tickets to Clever Summit. Okay, does somebody have the link to that? I think it's like Clever Summit. Kelly, can you help me out with that? It's like cleversummit.com/checkout or something. Does somebody have that link? Can somebody help me out with that? Deposit. David Marsh, will you put the link in the side chat for everybody, brother? Thank you. David Marsh is another gamer. He's another guy that just loves to get on the phone. Love you, brother. Good to see you. Okay, you want me to make one more call, or do you want to just go for the gusto?
What are the details?
You know what's so funny? This guy will cut up his shins and crash into a wall BMXing, but this is the hardest thing to do. Guys, this is so good for us to all learn. Her name is Rebecca.
Okay.
So
on Blue Spruce Lane?
100%. Yeah.
You'll like this house.
Okay.
Spruce Lane.
Okay.
And what am I calling it?
Here's what I'm gonna give you.
Is the house available? What's going on with the property?
Okay. Here's what I want you to act. I want to give you a clear objective.
Okay.
You are not an investor.
Okay.
You are calling for somebody that works at your office.
Okay.
That is looking to buy a property in that neighborhood, and they need seller finance.
So just a coworker.
Yep. Just say, hey, my name's Eric. How you doing? Awesome. Okay, great. Myron and I were working on making calls, and we saw your house. We actually know somebody who would love to buy it. No, I'm making this too complicated for you. Let me just make the call.
You do it.
Okay. 480-272-8255. 1903. Okay. And she's expecting a call right now.
Yep.
Okay.
She seems very nice.
Okay, cool.
Good. Still time to do it, Eric. Still time to do it. She's very nice.
Perfect. I have to go pee really bad. Let's talk about if you were going to give Eric a little like 2-minute coaching session on the first couple of things he should say to a seller or to an agent. What would be your mindset calling Rebecca on Spruce Lane? She's already received a seller finance LOI, and she's already said, "Hey, I'm interested. Let me know more."
So you're gonna be are you gonna call her?
I guess I'll have to. Yeah.
Bro, say hell yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So when you've never made a call, you said, right?
No.
So would it be helpful if you took more of Myron's approach and knew more about the house?
Yeah. I've had a little bit more of like leading.
So Myron, do you like to look it up before you call or like as you're calling?
I look up, all I do is look at the photos.
Yeah.
I want the photos to kind of guide my conversation.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, so you can just use that. The property is the thing you guys have in common. You're calling about it. She's a listing agent. So you guys are discussing something that you have in common, right?
Okay.
So that's where the conversation can start. You can ask about the property, and you could look at pictures, and like Myron said, and then just have a conversation with her.
Okay. Simple.
It's very simple. And then when you don't have to have all the answers. I think that's part of the other thing too, is people think that they have to have all of the answers. And
Yeah,
like Pace did,
he's like, you don't even need the details about the house. I'm like, but then what if they're like, so what did you like about the house? I'm like,
Well, we already have an offer in, right?
Yeah.
You know, so you can talk about the seller finance offer.
Okay.
Hey, what did your client think about that offer, right? Or they didn't like the offer. Okay, what part of it did they not like, and what can I do to take this back to my team and make sure that it is what your sellers want?
Yeah.
Like,
What was the offer though? Just seller finance? Just terms?
So I took her list price.
Okay.
I gave her a little bit more, just a little bit of icing on the cake. And she goes, okay, this is interesting. What's the down payment? What are the terms going to look like? I said, hey, let's just jump on a call.
Okay.
so ask her.
That was it.
Hey, have you guys talked about this? What's your guys' expectation? What's the seller's expectation on down payment?
Yeah.
And then she'll give you something. She'll probably say 20%, just like everybody else does.
Yeah.
Say, okay, well, let me see what we can do. Let me work on some numbers. And then you can talk about other deals that you've done and where you usually fall. I usually like to say something along the lines of, hey, you know, if it's like way high, say they want 40% or 50%, I'll say something along the lines of, well, there's probably two reasons that they're asking for a high down payment. It's they need to pay off debt or they don't trust me. And I totally get both of those.
Yeah.
But if it's just, you know, like a 20%, you know, you usually don't do deals that high. So talk about deals that you do.
He said do. Okay. I want to point something out for Eric. Who's calling? Connie? Is Connie expecting something?
Yes. Hold on, I'll look it up.
I'm going to tell you, this reminds me of my times when I first got together with Cody Barton, like 5.5 years ago. It was so simple. It was like, I just sat in his apartment. I laid on his carpet. He didn't even have it. He's such a bachelor. No table, no chairs, no nothing. I just laid on his carpet with my phone. I go, next. I didn't touch the software. I didn't deal with the lead. I just handled the call. So Eric, my point is of bringing that up is, would you rather in the beginning handle the LOI blaster and generate the leads for guys like me and watch me do it? Or would you rather be the guy on the phone?
LOI blaster.
LOI blaster. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
100%.
So this is why being on a team is so important,
Yes.
right? Is because first and foremost, I appreciate you, dude, so much.
Yes.
I want to be nothing like you.
Same.
And you want to be nothing like me.
No, I love what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we're friends because this is like yin and yang,
Yeah.
right? And guys like me and Jordan need guys like you. You've got people generating your leads for you, right? Teeing you up with calls. And you're like, keep me away from all that stuff. So if you're brand new, doesn't mean, Eric, you're really good at talking to people. No?
Am I? I don't think so.
I'm manifesting for you, bro.
Okay, good. Thanks.
If it's something that you're educated on, you feel confident in, you could probably talk for hours.
Yeah,
Right.
if I can talk about camera equipment all day, probably. So
Yeah.
And like Huffy bikes.
yeah, sure.
Puppy.
He was sponsored by Huffy.
No,
dude.
I wasn't.
Really? Good
He was
job,
sponsored
man.
by GT.
I was sponsored by
Doritos?
GT though. Yeah.
Like legit.
Oh, GT.
He's that good at BMXing. What does BMX stand for?
Bicycle motocross.
That's it.
Bicycle motocross.
Yeah. It's like motocross is MX. BMX is it's from when their dads were racing motocross in the 70s and they're like, I want to be like my dad. So they gave him a BMX bike and they rode around the same track
Bro,
as them.
stop talking so much. Gosh damn it. Like, good point, bro. Good point.
Exactly.
He teed me up perfect. He let
I heard
let a
Rebecca
horse to
rides
water.
Hey, are you, Rebecca, do you have a BMX bike by chance? Okay, so I want to call Rebecca back again.
Connie's ready right now.
Connie's ready right now. Okay, Connie's my girl. Love it. So, hey, I just want to point this out to the leaders in the community, okay? Do you see, now Eric's one of my best friends I've ever had in my life. Do you see he's nervous about stuff and he still is sitting here? It doesn't make it easier sitting next to me doing this stuff? Like,
Oh yeah.
okay. As a leader in this community, there's a lot of you guys. I want you guys to all raise your hand that are leaders. I can't see all of you, but I just want you to do, if you are a leader that could do the stuff like me and Jordan and Myron can do, where you go, sit next to me, let me open my computer and let me tee you up on a call. Or Myron, you really should be showing Eric how to do LOI Blaster.
Oh, I would love it.
Myron, you sitting over here.
Should we swap with
No.
Okay.
For this.
Next
okay, so
time.
do you want me to call Connie and then I'll go backwards and I'll go back to Rebecca and then I'll go back to Mikhail.
Perfect.
Okay.
I have two more as well.
Bro, will you stop it?
You're running out of paper.
Killing the game. Guys, can we give it up for Myron right now, by the way? Let's give it up for Myron. Switch it up so people can see. Guys, this is freaking awesome. When you get somebody that's so fun to do stuff with, like Myron and I have been friends for almost 3 years. You joined the community 3 years and 3 days ago.
Yeah.
I'm tracking you, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was counting.
I also have you on Find Friends. I know where you go. I know what you do. You joined the community 3 years and 3 months ago. We became good friends in September 3 years ago. So just about a month after you joined the community, you and your wife, Carolyn Briley, spent a week at my house,
Yeah.
like brand new.
It was crazy.
And now here we are in Montana, freaking
It's crazy.
helping 600, 700 people on here. I don't know how many people. We also are streaming on YouTube, by the way. So
Really?
I am, yeah.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah. So again, guys, where these leads are coming from, am I trying to promote something? No. Am I trying to help you? Yes. LOI Blaster is a really good tool that helps you guys condense how much time it takes to generate these types of leads. These are leads that you generated yesterday and you keep pouring them at me. Did you cold call these leads?
No, I only sent emails.
Did you have other people cold call these people?
No.
You only sent emails and now they're saying get on the phone.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Love it.
Love it. Okay. Connie. Ooh, Houston. Okay. Hey, good job setting up the podcast studio. This is good.
Yeah, it was dope, right?
I wish we had a TV for the audience to see.
Soon.
Hi, this is Connie Inman with CB&A Realtor. I'm not available to take your call right now, so please leave a message or you can text me at the same number. Thanks for calling, and I'll call you back soon.
On a scale from 1 to Texas, how American is she?
She is Texas.
She's Texas, right? Freaking love that. All right, I'm going to call her again, second time. If you haven't called twice, you haven't called once. Write that down, my friends, for those of you guys that are just tuning in. If you haven't dialed twice, you haven't dialed once. Man, we got some killers in the side chat today. We got John Herr, we got Angie Milanazzo. Man, all these people I've done deals with. This is freaking awesome. Love that. Where are my leaders? Where are the leaders in the side chat? Please type in leader or maybe the word gangster. Carly Grunman. By the way, Carly Grunman, who saw the post in SubTo or Gator this morning of Carly Grunman opening up one of the first files for creative title and escrow?
Nice job, Carly.
Yeah, she did. She got a seller finance deal in Tempe, Arizona. LOI Blaster. Shout out Myron. And the down payment, I would have never said yes to this deal. She gets a down payment from the seller. They want 230 grand. She goes, no problem. I got you, fam. She goes and finds an NFL player. He goes and buys it. He's like, oh, I can save money on taxes. Money. Here's my money. She just sold that deal. Let's go.
That's amazing.
And to think, Carly used to think I was a scam artist. Now she's out there scamming NFL players. Freaking love it. Okay. So we got Connie. I'm going to call Rebecca again, see if we can get her on the phone. She might have just had a long call going on. Rebecca was the first kiss, right? Okay. Think I can.
Hello, this is Rebecca.
Hey, Rebecca. My name is Pace. How you doing?
Good.
Good.
Who
Hey,
is this?
I'm partners with Myron. You guys have been going back and forth.
Pace. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, don't
I'm
be.
like, Pace, I don't know anybody. Go ahead.
I know. I'm the guy that writes all the checks for Myron's deals. I fund all his transactions.
Okay.
And what he does is he sends me messages and says, hey, these are the deals that I'm going to start working on this week. And then my team comes in and kind of looks at what's going on. And he's unavailable, so I don't know all the information. He's not available for like 2 more hours.
Okay.
How far did you and Myron get on the deal?
He sent me just 2 numbers, a cash or a initial proposal for seller carry.
Oh,
they
that's
already
it?
Turned down one. They already turned down one seller carry, but I wanted to know the terms before I present to them anything.
Okay.
I'd want to know the terms and the interest rate.
Okay, love it.
And that wasn't on there at all. So
Was
I don't want
there-
to present without those things.
Was there a specific thing that they were looking for on the deal they turned down?
They didn't want to carry it, but it's been a while, so maybe they'll consider it. I don't know.
I love it. Okay.
I don't know that they would do it because here's the deal. It's their parents' house. Their parents passed away. So it's it's a trust sale. So I don't know if they can even do that because they're the trustees, right? So I'm not sure that they can, but I am obligated to present, all offers to them, but I want it to be thorough.
Okay.
And make sure that I'm saying this is, so that they can say, no, we're not interested, or we need to consider it.
Love it.
I don't know.
Do they have other family members making decisions too?
No, the 2 of them making the decisions, but other people will benefit from it, the proceeds.
Okay, got it.
That's about all I know about that. That's about it.
I did a seller carry about 4 months ago with a family, had like 9 people involved, and the trustee, it was, how they can be really tough. But it sounds like they've got the full control in the decision making.
They do. The two sisters do have the full control on it.
Got it. Okay. So nobody's living in the house now.
Correct.
Okay, got it. And are you guys getting lowball cash offers like crazy too?
No. We've had lots of showings, and it needs some updating, but it's in really good shape, and it is had new air conditioners, and they've all new appliances, new carpet. It just has an older kitchen and bathroom cabinets, that kind of thing. But they're very good. Everything's in really good shape.
Okay.
It's just dated. It's dated, and older people in the 55 plus don't always want to spend the time, to update it. So they want it done.
Okay, got it. So
That's
we've got.
That's really all we're running into. It's about the only. That's it.
The main issue is the 55 plus. Is probably it.
You mean for you guys?
Well, not really. I mean, we've done a lot
When you
of.
say the main issue, what do you mean?
I just what you said, like the 55 plus mentality is I just want it done and not.
Yeah, they don't want to sit around and wait for a renew. I mean, sometimes they do, but that has been it, and it also backs to a road. It's not very close to it, but that's the only other feedback we've gotten. A backstop, a TO, if you look at the location. So I don't know if you're out of state or not, but
I live in Arizona in the winter times. I live in Montana in the summertime.
good plan.
It's so bad there. It was like 4 years ago. It was like 122 degrees on 4th of July. And I said, I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah, I did that when I did that once and moved to Seattle for 7 years. I did come back, but it was for family, not for weather.
How much do you miss Ivar's and all the teriyaki chicken up there?
Oh, I miss the Thai food. So I love, Seattle was great. It was very cloudy for a person who's grown up in Arizona, though, cloudy and rainy. So that was after a while, but mainly our family was here and the kids, and we had kids up there, and then we're like, our family, that was it mostly.
Got it. So you guys moved back down to Phoenix for your kids?
We moved for our relatives because we had kids and we wanted everybody. Yeah. So
That's cool.
And my dad got sick and I was down taking care of him. So yeah, it was all family stuff.
Love it. Okay. So here's what I'll do. I'll tell Myron to get a little bit more specific on his numbers.
Yep.
Was your seller not open to terms because of the specific interest rate, or was it just that because the family members all want their money now?
At the time, they didn't specify. They just said, we are not interested in carrying the loan. And it was a little while ago.
Okay.
I don't know if they'll say the same thing again, because all I have to do is tell them, what we have to do as realtors is say you need to, consult an attorney. I can't advise you on this, but that's up to them.
How do I do more deals with you? You sound like a great agent.
Oh, that's nice. But that's how we do it. But I do like to present it thoroughly to them, so there's not lots of questions. And if they're at all interested, I just at least like to come in and say, because the price for seller finance is good, the offer that he put in. But and I know you still have to do whatever on it, but that's great if they were willing to do that. I just don't, and that's why I said what kind of terms are we looking at? If we're looking at 30 years. Probably no possible way.
Can I tell you a really weird idea?
Sure.
I haven't done this in a couple of years, but one time I had a family, kind of similar situation. It wasn't 55 plus, but they had to renovate the property to get like full retail.
Yeah.
And they didn't have the money. They didn't want to deal with the contractors. And so I came in and partnered with them, and I put the money in. We relisted it, fully redone, and I got paid my renovation money plus like 10, 15 grand.
Yeah.
Would they be open to something crazy like that?
They might be. I have got, this is what I've done so far. I have done it. And I mean, I've been in this 18 years. I know how to sell houses. And I did a renovation, did some renovation photography virtual. So, and we put up posters at the house to show, and before, after. Well, if you look on the MLS or Realtor.com, you'll see those pictures. But I also had a contractor go quote mainly the kitchen remodel to give us an idea, and I presented that to them. So when we first went after, they needed to do some updating. They needed kitchen appliances and they needed carpet. I said, you guys have to do those, or it's gonna be too much. And so they did that, and it really made a big difference. I mean, the house looks great, but still, kitchen, older cabinets, they need to be painted basically, and backsplash and countertops. And so this was just probably a week and a half ago that I got that quote for them. But they said, thank you, it's very helpful. That's kind of all we got out of it. They're annoyed that we've been on the market a long time. And I'm like, well, you went on the market, in May, when it was the beginning of a retirement community in Phoenix. So it's pretty average for the other properties too. So anyway, they just want to get it sold, but they don't want to drop their drawers on it. And it's a really great house with some really great. It's an amazing floor plan, and it's very it's the biggest floor plan in the community there. So that's another thing. It's not. It's not a winter visitor house. It's more like a permanent resident house because of the size of it. Right. So it's your audience is a little bit less because of that, but it's a beautiful house. So at any rate, that's so I really want to just present everyththing to them. So that is not a bad idea. If you want to put together like a little side synopsis of saying here's another option to consider. I'll just tell you this, as long as I still get paid. So I've put a lot of money and time into this.
Rebecca, I would never not pay you.
I know.
My first kiss was a girl named Rebecca, so I'd make sure you get paid.
Well, I do too, because that's how I do business. So I can't do it for free. But anyway, that's where we're at. So if you, if you want to put some together, like a little proposal and that kind of thing, I would absolutely present that to them.
Okay. I'll give you 2 sets of numbers. One for the settler, Carrie.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you like a whole credibility email of like, hey, I have 1,500 rentals. This is who I am, blah, blah, blah. That might help, might not. I don't know.
Okay.
If they want to meet me in person, that's cool too. I'm happy to do that too.
They're both on the other side of the country, so you won't be meeting them.
Okay,
So
love it.
there's
And then
that.
I'll give them the crazy partnership option where I come in, pay for the stuff, and we relist it.
Okay. You mean, and then so basically so tell me how that would work, and then you do it and relist it after the updates were done, but I wouldn't be the listing agent.
Oh, are you kidding me? I want you as the listing agent. Let's
so
go.
I would still do it. You just mean relisted after the updates are done.
I'm not an agent. I need Rebecca on my team.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, no, that's great. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds good. Yeah, put that together for me. I definitely would look at that, and it'll just show me that I'm giving them another option to, other options, because I want to keep being that. I have been, but I don't want them to. We're not going to stop. We still need to keep.
Yeah, you want to show them you're still working the thing, and you got other.
I just know that if we do the updates, then it'll sell. It's like that's what's just keeping us from getting it sold right now.
Okay. Do you have any other listings that we could make money together on?
Not right now. I just have a closing. Had a closing last week, and I have a closing next week, and this one's hanging in. What else do I have? I have a little single wide mobile home and a 55 plus, but that's not.
What are you doing with that?
Well, it's a great little unit. It's on the market for, I think we're at 115 on it. It's a 400 square foot single. It's in a great community. It is. We had it under contract, but then we found out it needed to have the title wasn't right because they had done it wrong when they originally did the fixation. Anyway, we had to do a bonded title. We're waiting for that process to be done, which is coming up. So otherwise, nothing. Yeah, I know. It was like, seriously, it was at the very end we found out.
Are they affixed to the land, or are they like considered a vehicle?
It's land owned. Oh, no, it's affixed. It just needed the certification done right, which wasn't. So it is affixed, and the bonded title will show that. And it is owned land. There's no land lease. It's in a great little neighborhood in Apache Junction. It does need, so it's in good shape. It does have.
You said my 2 favorite parts of an equation: Apache Junction, mobile home.
Yeah, well, I know, right? So it's in a really nice community, gated community, and it is the only thing is that as far as if I was updated is it needs it's polybutylene, piping, and I got a quote from a couple neighbors that would be like $3,000 to redo the whole place.
Oh, that's really cheap.
And that's not bad it's a small unit. I mean, it's 400, but it also has like a separated shed with laundry room, workshop, and it has a brand new air conditioner.
Do you know what the rent rate is on that neighborhood?
So they said the rents that I've looked at would be at the very least about $1,400 a month. Yeah, I almost bought it myself. Like, I seriously thought about it, but I just moved to Tucson, and I'm back and forth because I work both markets. But I just was like, I have a lot of rental properties. I did not want another one.
Yeah,
not right now. It just was like, I don't think I can.
And that's not one. That's not one that'll appreciate a lot. But it sounds like it'll cash flow.
Right.
I will buy.
Yeah,
I will.
Rent wise, it would be great. It would be a good cash, like monthly cash. That would be good for it. For $100,000, I mean, seriously, right? So
I do also buy in Tucson. I just closed on a $20 million Green Valley multifamily deal. So if you find stuff in Tucson, I'm your guy.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Yeah. Because I just moved here. I mean, I'm from Tucson, but I've lived here 30 years, but I'm back and I do both markets. So I'm just trying to get a little busier down here. So I'll be less back and forth. And I have plenty of referral business up, I know my whole group sphere is in Phoenix and my group. So
I love it.
I'm covered, but yeah. So
okay.
Anyway, yeah, I don't often get too many, fixer uppers or anything like this, but your proposal idea is you've got my curiosity about it. So
I love it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
I don't know what
Rebecca.
they'll say, but I'm
They'll, you know what? Here's what we'll plan on. They'll say no, and you and I will still figure out a way to follow up with them for a couple more months, and they might say yes. Who knows?
I have till the end of October to get it sold under my listing agreement right now. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I would like to do that. I would very much like to get it sold.
I'm gonna stick with you all the way through October, and I'm gonna continue to nudge, and you can keep saying this guy's serious. This guy's serious. This guy's serious.
Yeah.
I will be with you all the way through October. Okay.
Okay, well, hopefully, but who knows what they'll say? Yeah. So, all right. Well, I'll wait to hear from you on a couple of those things, and just get back with me and let's talk some more.
Thank you, Rebecca. I appreciate you.
All right. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
Could you have done that? You could have done that call.
Probably.
The toughest part with most people, this is not an agent thing. The toughest part is you got to get to the point where they feel comfortable to open up their mouth. And then what happens with somebody like Rebecca is she's like, you're my friend now, and I will tell you all the things. Right? You saw me do this. I said, I hit the moment of no return. But in the beginning, it's like, wait, who are you? Right?
Mm-hmm.
She won't even remember my name. That's the best part. So what did we get out of that call, though? What did we get? Do we get a deal?
Potential. There's potential to talk through something.
What?
Build a
But what did we?
relationship.
There we go. What we obtained was the relationship.
Yeah.
You didn't believe me. I could drop the thing about the first kiss, right?
I never doubted you.
That's what sucks when you get good at making calls. People are like, all right, whatever. Who cares?
We expect that of you.
I almost feel like we should put Nathan Barnes on a phone call.
Yeah.
Newly engaged. If you can take care of a wife, you can call an agent. You know what I'm saying?
It was harder to propose.
There he is right there, guys. Give it up for Nathan Barnes in the side chat, please, and everybody here at home. By the way, where's his fiance? Is she in here? There she is. There's Rachel. She's trying to hide. Love it, love it, love it. I'll be surprised when a phone call goes bad for Pace. You'll never see a phone call go bad for me. The reason being is because the approach is I'm just calling to make friends. That's it. Last time we did this, I think it was a month or two ago. Do you remember, Victoria? We had an agent that was mad about our lowball offer. And he said, I'll never do business with you. Do you remember this call?
I do.
And what I said was, oh, she needs to be unmuted. Hold on a second. Do you remember that call, Victoria?
Yes, I do.
And I was friendly when we got off the call.
Yes.
I said, hey man, I totally get that. I would be upset too. Just so you know, at some point my intention is to do business with you. And he says, I will never do a deal with you.
He did. I was about to die.
And now I'm in the process of legally changing my name and getting a new phone number, and I can just keep doing that. And I'll show him all the history of, hey man, I had to change my name 7 times, get 8 new phone numbers, but we finally did it, bro.
That's when you hand the phone to someone else.
Yes.
You just let them make the call. We do that on our team.
Okay, so we got Rebecca. Was that a good call, everybody? Did we win on that call? Man, we've already been making calls for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Dang.
You complimented her, Pace. She loved that.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
something I think everybody loves.
It's pretty easy, Victoria, when they're my first kiss, you know?
She was.
I was about to die. I knew you were going to do it. I was like, oh my God. You had her. Like, she really liked you.
All right, let's see here. All right, let's call we haven't called Connie. We haven't got a hold of Connie, so let's call her again. It's been 18 minutes since I called her, so that's perfect time. That gives her enough time to get out of that Starbucks line or whatever she's up to. I thought Connie's waiting for us, bro.
Hi, this is Connie Inman with CB&A Realtors. I'm not available to take your call right now, so please.
Are you texting her or what are you doing?
Email.
Email her back and just say, hey, my finance partner, or no, say the guy who financially backs all my purchases is going to call you because I'm stuck on a plane.
Text her.
You got the right time. You got the right time zone.
Her name's Connie, and she lives in Houston, Texas. She doesn't know how to text.
What?
She can rope a cattle, though.
She can rope a cattle. Just kidding. Just kidding. If she's a green bubble, Okay, I'm gonna give you one of the reasons why I don't like Androids.
Here
I'm
we
so
go
sorry.
again.
This is not a joke. I'll tell you guys that one of the biggest reasons why I don't like Androids is because when I'm on a flight, how often do you think I'm on a flight?
A lot.
Last year, how many times? Probably 200 flights.
Too many to count.
Okay. Like American Airlines called me up and they were like, there's no higher status. Do you want to just be the CEO of American Airlines? We were on American Airlines. I don't know. We went to 110 speaking engagements and 120, 130 meetups last year. And we were everywhere. And when I'm on the flight, I can't text people who have Androids.
Yeah.
Even with Wi-Fi. You Androiders do know this, correct? Are you aware of this technology that has existed in airplanes for over 15 years? So I'm just saying that's the only reason I don't like Androids is the texting situation. If you guys got blue bubbles and I could like send you photos without it looking like it was taken with a potato. You guys have phenomenal cameras. And yeah, that's what you guys got.
About it.
That's true. I will tell you straight up, Steve Jobs was a genius. And he's brainwashed all of us to think that iPhones are better. I don't think they're necessarily better. I just think that they're better at texting. That's it.
It's the ecosystem.
Oh, wow. You got a bunch. All right.
Is that all right?
Hey, everybody, who's learned something today? Who's gotten some today? Anybody got some value today? I'm even reminded sometimes on some of this stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, we're still live on YouTube.
Okay. People on YouTube are like, what am I watching?
What's the chat saying in YouTube land?
They're saying Team Android, Apple sucks. Dang, man, I didn't know I had so many. Okay, I got to stop talking crap about this. Is probably why I'm losing subscribers.
Maybe your iPhone's just dropping.
It could be. My iPhone does really weird things from time to time, so definitely. Tyler Townsley, Bash Brother. Bash Brother says, you got this, Eric. Should we have Eric make a call today before we wrap up?
Let's do it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta mess around and find out.
Mofo, dude. Mofo. Holy crap, you got a bunch of calls.
Just a couple more came in. This one right here might be for Eric to do.
Is it like a layup or what?
It's kind of a layup.
Ooh, give me the layup. Yo. Don't give me that look.
I want a deal today. I want you
And
to.
if it's a layup, you think I'm going to botch it and we're going to lose
No,
it?
because I want you to remember something, everybody.
Okay.
You can't say a wrong thing to the right person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And worst case scenario, guess what? Jordan Reyes calls him tomorrow.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we can make all the mistakes we possibly can, and we can have a little bit of fun with it. Okay? Should we have Eric do this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eric, they're expecting a call in 5 minutes ago.
This is ridiculous.
5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. Hey, Victoria, I'm gonna keep you unmuted, okay?
That's fine.
But we want people to see Eric in full high def. Bro, stop flexing. People know you're strong. By the way, every time I see him, I'm like, you've been working out. I know you've been working out.
He's been holding a camera for too long. Just
Yeah.
on biceps all day.
Okay, so Chad Smith, 5 minutes ago.
Yep.
Do you want to know more information or less? It's gonna stress me out to hear about
Chad
it.
Smith on Carson Road.
Yep.
You want the Zillow link?
Sure. Let's see what this thing looks like.
Okay. Awesome. This is breaking my process, but I'm here for it. You got to do your own process. Everybody's got their own process, right?
I'm a visual learner. I'm a very visual person.
Okay, so walk me through what you're doing. You're looking at the house. You're kind of just getting a vibe for it.
Okay. Yeah.
You want to know things about it so you can potentially reference it and have things to talk about. I'll tell you a story about this girl named Carrie Manning. Okay, 6th grade. I was so afraid to talk to girls, so I wrote down 10 questions on a piece of notepad, so I knew what to talk to her about. And I never actually ended up talking about those things, but it gave me the comfort of knowing I could go to those things. So I totally get the process. Like when you're
I think
nervous.
this is the same layout as Myrtle. Look at this kitchen.
Dang.
Tell them that. Say, yeah, we've got a property that looks just like that. We'd love to add it to the portfolio.
See?
Yeah.
This helps.
Common ground.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have to do the calling. Holy crap.
Hey guys, are we documenting this? Is this streaming on YouTube, Zoom? Okay, cool.
It's all the places. Okay.
Guys, give Eric some love. I want 500 comments in the side chat from the 550 people that are hanging out with us today. Give Eric some freaking love. I want everybody to type in layup. Okay, type in layup. We'll see how people spell it. It's either 2 words or 1 word.
This is like, hey Chad, this is Eric Ballman. I'm calling on behalf of my partner who submitted an offer to you. Is that too formal? That sounds terrible.
Again. Yeah, how's it? I mean, don't listen to me. I'll talk for a long time. Just do you, bro.
Dear God. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you know how he starts it out? He's like, I don't have much information. Like, just blame me that you don't know much.
So I tried to get a hold of Myron asked me to call you, but he's on a plane and I can't get a hold of him. Can you tell me a little bit more about the situation? How's it going?
Okay.
And you want to be curious about their listing. You want to be curious about their business. And I start identifying in my mind of like, what does their business actually look like? Is there a way I could do more business with this person? That's actually what I'm trying to do on the call.
Cool.
Okay.
And you said specifically this was a seller finance?
I offered seller finance.
Okay, cool.
What have him tell you that?
Oh God.
When you're brand new, you're like, please don't answer.
Please don't answer. Please don't answer.
Please leave your message for.
Hang up. Now you gotta
Yes.
now you gotta call him back.
You have to.
That was
you
the
gotta
best.
call him
The
back.
best layup was a layup of a phone call that didn't go through.
Hey, what's the rule, guys?
If you don't call twice, you didn't
didn't-
call once.
That's right.
Triple dial him.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's another thing we
A
say.
triple double?
Yep. Give me that. Give me that double double.
Triple double.
Give me that animal style, bro. Give me that double double with a little bit of sauce.
I gotta
on it.
pause. He's probably in the bathroom. You know, he needs a second. So let's just give him a.
Okay.
I call him back to the answer. Call him back to the answer.
This makes this business so fun when you get to hang out with your homies.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for all being here for Eric. Is your volume on full blast?
Yeah.
Please leave your message for.
Did
That was
He
quick.
cleared you that time.
Oh,
Call
He
him
didn't like
right
you.
back.
he's holding his phone.
Oh, text. I'll call you back. He text me.
Oh, he texted you.
Oh, say perfect.
Perfect. Waiting for you.
Say perfect. Period. I'm Myron's partner.
Ooh, give me a call. Sorry, different one.
Oh, I was like, what?
Sorry about that.
He's got the green bubble though. So
It's a cry for help.
I had a paper out of my backpack in the very back pocket.
If you need somebody to save you, please text me in a green bubble. I like that. Daniel Touche says, "Can we work in a secret word?"
What is it?
Now that's all you're gonna
What's
be
the
thinking
secret
about. You're
word?
not gonna be thinking about doing the deal.
Basket.
Are there any baskets in the picture?
That's good. What's the word, the thought process you would use to get basket into the conversation?
What Myron said. Look at the pictures and find.
Like
out.
I've been working
I really
on
like that basket.
This is what you do. You go. I've been working on a basket of leads all day today.
okay.
What if you like as you're hanging up the call, you just go basket and then hang up?
Yes. Yeah, Super Trooper. I wanted to say chicken effer, but I can't swear. So.
Oh, Donda's good. Donda's so smart. Hey, good to see you, Donda. She's so smart. She says, ask them if they have a basketball hoop at the house. Dang it. I would never have thought. I had to go like gubernatorial. That's a good word.
I can't even say that in a regular conversation.
I know. I had to slow it down, dude.
All right, meow.
This guy says, call me right now.
That's right, meow. We got this
Jason
deal.
Bond, okay. He says, call me right now.
Yes, says, call me right now.
Oh,
Okay.
Right
okay.
meow.
Do you want to see if Jordan can call somebody?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to see a different process, different conversation? Jordan, you down to call somebody?
Sure.
You got a Montana number.
Well,
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so this will be the one lesson I want to point out to you guys on this one is that Jordan's calling from a Montana number to an Arizona person, and a lot of people say that people won't do deals with me because of that.
You want to look at it?
Here's how Jordan will lose this call is if this guy brings up the fact that he's in Montana.
I have a California number. This is a California.
Oh, bro, he ain't gonna answer your call.
Probably not. I could call from a Montana number.
Hi, this is Jordan calling from the Dutton Ranch.
I'm calling you straight from Montana.
Hello, this is Jason.
Jason, how are you? This is Jordan.
Hi, Jordan. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Hey, I am giving you a call. You were talking with my partner Myron on a property on Barranca.
He had sent me an email, and I tried to call the phone number, and it didn't go through, so I sent an email to give me a call back.
Yeah, he had forwarded me a list of. He basically just dropped off a basket of properties here, and I'm supposed to be following up because he's on a flight right now. So I wanted to get with you and follow up with you. Make sure we kept you at the top of the list, though.
Okay. I had gone over the offer with my seller.
Okay.
One of her questions was on the option to purchase price option. That's substantially lower than what we have it listed for. We have it listed for $950.
Yeah.
So she's like, give him a call and see about that. She's like, might do like a 900 type thing cash, but not 730. That's not $200,000 less.
Got it. And have you guys been? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, the other thing is on option one, she has a current loan on the property. So wanted to get some more information on you in that regards because she's like, well, how does it work? I said, well, let me give him a call and kind of get the skinny on it and I'll call you back.
Sure. Okay. So does she prefer that option one, that higher price point then?
She preferred 900,000 cash.
I get it. Okay. So if you guys were to entertain that seller finance, I know you said that she has some underlying debt that she was hoping to get taken care of.
The house was paid off in full.
Got it.
She refinanced it and did a complete remodel. The place has been completely remodeled top to bottom. She put in the pool, new roof, like new AC units. The house is 100% fucking brand new.
Nice. It looks good. It looks really good. She did a really good job.
It's never been lived in since the remodel got completed. So
Got it.
instead of having a tenant get in there, she's like, I just want to sell it before someone gets here and fucks it up. So literally, they finished the remodel and has never been lived in since.
Okay. And when did they finish that remodel?
8 weeks ago.
8 weeks ago. Okay.
And I know the contractor that did it. He's actually remodeled my house. I do a bunch of deals with him. So been a part of probably 20 or 30 flips that he's done. It's all high-end shit.
Yeah. Very nice. Okay. So it sounds like, they're not living in it. They don't necessarily need the cash.
No.
Okay. So they are open to a seller finance. They just want to make sure that it works for them, sounds like.
Just the concern with the fact that she has a loan on it, right? So
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. I've done a lot of business transactions. I've never done a SubTo. I know that's a big thing nowadays.
Okay.
But there's a big risk for her as well. If the bank finds out that she deeded it over to you guys, they can call the loan due in full and then she's fucked.
Right. So if we talk to her and we figure out a way to ensure that doesn't happen, or if we took care of it, even if they did call it due, is that something that she would be open to and discussing and
Potentially, yeah. I just need to find out what the details are, the pros and the cons, and line everything out for her so she has a clear understanding of what's involved.
Okay. And can I ask you this? Can I ask you what are we looking at debt wise on that?
Fuck, I don't know. She probably owes.
I'm sorry?
Let me look.
Okay. That's the best. Yeah.
I want to say it's around 400 or 500, but let me look.
Okay.
She literally just refinanced it.
So a little bit of a higher rate, probably.
No. Mm-mm. She got a good rate on it.
Did she?
So looks like 422 is what she owes.
Okay.
Well, down. No, wait. Let me take that back. She refinanced it for 400.
Okay. So she refinanced it at 400. If we were to do this deal
on August 22nd. So she refinanced it 12 months ago and pulled 400 out of it.
Okay. Right. So if we were to do the deal, take over that mortgage, right? Keep her protected. Make sure that we keep that keep her, like I said, keep her protected. She would be okay with the seller finance or a wrap remaining balance.
Possibly.
Okay. Do you know what her expectation would be as far as a down payment, if any?
I told her that you guys were off 30, which is too low. Somewhat.
Okay.
I mean, the biggest thing is she has multiple investment properties already.
Okay.
This house was paid for free and clear. It was her primary residence. And then we bought her a new primary residence, and she bought some investment properties and decided to remodel this one and then sell it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's listed.
Okay. And this is the only one that she wants to sell right now?
Yeah, she's got tenants in the other ones.
Got it. Okay. And she just didn't.
She could very well put tenants in here. Like I said, I mean, I told her, I'm like, you could technically put tenants in here and you'd be making a profit.
Yeah.
Problem is she just got done putting $200,000 in the remodel and she doesn't want tenants to fucking trash it.
Okay. So what's her expectation as far as, or what do you think you could rent it for?
Oh, she could probably rent it for $4,000, $4,500 a month probably.
Okay, but then she's got to deal with tenants and them potentially messing it up and taxes, insurance, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's just say theoretically, and I don't know if this works, right? But if we came in and just paid her, she got to go to the mailbox and just pick up a check every month for $2,000 and not have to worry about the property. Is that something that she would be okay with?
Did you say 2,000?
Yeah. Well, she's not paying taxes and I would have to run it by my underwriter. I'm just the low man on the
her mortgage payment's gonna be more than 2,000, so there's no way she'd go for that.
Okay. What is her mortgage payment? I know you said that she had a good rate that she got a year ago at $400,000.
I have no idea. That's her personal business with her and her lender.
Okay.
I'm a real estate agent, so I have no idea what her personal. But I know on a $400,000 loan, even if you got it at 4% interest, she's gonna be paying more than $2,000.
Okay. Okay. Well, we can look at that and we can run some numbers and put something together that might work for her and work for us. But it sounded like her biggest concern really is just being protected in that due on sale clause, right?
Yeah, she just wants to know, like, what exactly, how does it work? Because I told her, like, I'm not going to give you information because I've never done a SubTo, and I'm not going to tell my client that's one of my preferred clients that I've done multiple transactions with. I'm not going to get her into something that I don't understand. I said, I'm happy to call them and get an idea of how it works. This is what you guys do. So
sure, you
tell me how it works and I'll go back to her and present the information.
Okay. On a SubTo transaction, it sounds like you have heard about them and are a little bit knowledgeable on them. What do you know, or what's your main concern?
How about we just start with you explain to me what a SubTo is and we'll go from there.
Well, I like to call them a simple assumption just for ease. It just makes more sense to me. But basically we are just taking over responsibility for those payments and that underlying debt at a 30,000 foot view. That's simply what we're doing.
Okay. So on the county records, on the deed, you're going to be the owner of the property, correct?
On a SubTo transaction, yes, sir.
Okay. But she's still responsible for the loan to the bank, correct?
Yes and no on paper, but I mean, you can talk to closing attorneys and title companies and proof that, we pay these and do these deals all the time, right? And so if that's what she's concerned about, then we can get her that credibility, right? To make sure that she's comfortable. But
yeah, I'm not questioning it. I'm just making sure that I'm understanding it correctly.
yes.
So my question, I guess the one question I have is, if I'm U.S. Bank and I gave you a loan for a house, that loan is backed by the collateral of the house. So now if I go and put that house in somebody else's name, how's U.S. Bank protected on the loan that they have on that property that is no longer their collateral?
Well, the collateral is still the property.
Right. But she doesn't own it, you do.
Right. And if it makes more sense for her to do something like a land contract or a contract for deed, have you done those?
No.
No? Okay.
I've done seller carry financing on commercial properties before, but I've never done the SubTo. And I know there's a lot of people doing it, and it's just not something that I've ever gotten into because I'm just a black and white normal real estate agent and do some commercial and do land. There's creative financing and programs I've never done. I know there's a lot of people doing them, but I also have heard a lot of horror stories of them as well.
Yeah. What's the biggest horror story? Just them calling them due?
Calling them due or people not paying. I have one client that got wamboozled and, I advised him not to do it. He said he wanted to do it anyway. They gave him like $20,000 up front. And then he called me 6 months later and said, Jason, I can't get a hold of them. They've never made me a payment. Their phone number is disconnected. I can't get a hold of anybody. I'm like, look, I have nothing to do with it. I was not on the contract. I told you not to do this. Legally, there's nothing I can do to get involved. You're going to have to check with a real estate attorney. Like, I don't even know what to advise you to do.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally get it. So in commercial, have you done something like a lease option?
No, I just did seller carry financing on a 5-year term with the balloon payment.
Okay. So we could do something very similar, like a lease option or a wrap that mirrors the same terms as a seller finance. So she basically can still stay in control, right? Would that make sense?
So does the deed stay in her name then?
The deed would stay in. So I guess it's like this, right? So have you ever bought a car?
Mm-hmm.
And let's just say you take out a loan from Bank of America, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So Bank of America, so a lot of the times they don't give you the pink slip, right? The pink slip's held at the bank or whatever.
Yep.
And so let's just say you're at a party and they go, hey, somebody has an F-150 outside and their lights are on. Do you say that's Bank of America's bank or Bank of America's truck, or that's my truck?
Right.
Right. So that's your truck, right? So, but technically you don't have the pink slip, right?
Correct.
Until you make that last payment, that last $100 payment, and then you get the pink slip. That would be the same exact thing for us. So she could still hold the title in that agreement, right? And then when we make our last payment to her, we'll get the title. If that makes her feel more comfortable, we can do it that way as well.
Yeah, so the loan stays in her name, the house stays in her name. She's basically just seller carry financing it to you guys.
Yeah.
The biggest thing was if the property stays in her name, then she doesn't have to worry about the bank calling the loan due because the bank would never know.
Yeah. That's another way that you guys, or you can tell her that she's protected. Essentially for us, it doesn't really matter because we're not looking to not make payments or do any of that, right? So if that makes her and you guys feel more comfortable and confident in the transaction, like, let's do it that way.
Mm-hmm. Are you guys buying the properties to use them as rentals, or what are you guys doing with them?
Yeah, so I mean, every property is a little different. I will tell you that. Most of them are long-term rentals or mid-term rentals.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we would be dealing with all the same things that she is.
Well, I guess the question would be, if she does this, are you guys then able to go and resell it to somebody else? And then now there's a third person that's involved.
That's a great question. So that's not our intent. Obviously, the goal is to buy and hold for forever, but we can always put a clause. And this is like you and I are dealing with each other, right? So there's not any specific stipulations by which we have to do this transaction by. So if there's one part of the contract that makes you guys feel more comfortable, let's do it, right? We want it to be a win-win. We want you to get paid. We want her to be paid. We want to have another rental in the portfolio. So everybody's on the same page. We all want to win together.
Okay, and this still goes through the normal purchase contract agreement. Fill out the same paperwork. It's still going to go through our same title company. All that's just not like a normal transaction. The only difference is seller carry financing.
That's the only difference. Title company, long-term escrow, a servicing company. So there'll be a paper trail. You'll know the payments are coming.
And what interest are you guys going to make on a seller carry financing?
Do you guys, I mean, does she have an expectation? So part of that, we would have to figure out where her current debt is at. We would want to figure out what that looks like.
What the payments are. Yep.
Yeah, 100%.
I think if it's something that, like I said, I've done the seller carry financing. It's pretty straightforward. You pay her a down payment basically because she's got so much equity in the house. You guys are basically getting the house for today. And 5 years from now, the house can be worth a lot more. And then you guys have X amount of time to pay it off, or there's a balloon payment at the end. She's getting a monthly payment every month that's more than what her mortgage payment is. I think something like that, creatively, we could figure something out.
Well, let's do it. I would love to do a deal with you.
It's going to be just, the numbers, right? So
100%. This is the first of many deals, right? Now you're going to be like, oh, I'm a pro at creative finance in the residential world.
Seller Karen, I don't love the SubTo shit.
Okay, I get it.
That's why I've stayed away from it. Here's my thing. I don't want to advise one of my clients to do something.
Part is if we can make the numbers work and everybody's winning, then that's kind of the what we're trying to do and accomplish.
I will reach out there and get some yours. If you want to shoot me an email with your contact information, so I know I can get back hold of you.
I will. We'll do it right now.
All right, sir. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Sorry guys, Eric let the computer die.
It's not my fault.
We had a killed computer. Great job, Jordan. Freaking awesome. Let me mute everybody just real quick. Awesome stuff. Okay, great. You have another call right now, right? Yeah. Let's call this guy. Let me call. Let me have a quick call. Did you tell him your name?
No.
Okay. What's his name again? Chad Smith.
Chad Smith.
Chad, I'm so sorry, man. That call went way longer than I expected. I apologize.
Oh, you're good, buddy. Yeah.
Hey, I'm Myron.
Business as it comes in, man. So
I love
gotta
it.
get it. Gotta get it.
You're right. My name is Jordan. I'm partners with Myron. He was messaging back and forth on the Carson Roadhouse.
Yes.
How's the house going, man?
Oh, it's going okay. You know, we've just got this on the market. He had some renters that he had to get out and stuff, and anyways, he got them out, and then we got the pictures up, and so I seen your offer, and I figured I'd give you a call to see, if we could get the number up a bit. It is paying a 3% commission, so if you were to factor that in, that would definitely get the price up closer to what are you guys the actual buyers then?
Yeah, we're the actual buyer.
Okay, so I figure.
And I'm not licensed, so we wouldn't be taking a commission anyway.
Okay.
I mean, we could double end it if your broker would let you do that. Like
Yeah, I mean, so I just, I just want to like to get the thing sold for him, but I just would like to get, more of a fair number for him. I get it. It's a fair number for you guys. And again, I never hate on people because it's all just business. It's nothing emotional.
I
Sellers, they
appreciate
get
that.
all emotional, but I don't.
Is he like committed to the cash part of it, or is he open to the seller finance side?
Thing is he needs the cash in order to. He's looking to get some houses in Memphis.
Okay.
So he's got a bunch of houses he's looking to buy, but he needs the cash. Now,
does he know what house is in Memphis, or he just wants to deploy capital into Memphis?
he already has houses there.
Okay.
And I already have a lender who will lend money on homes there in Memphis. And so he's going to need that excess cash, so that's why I don't, he has a loan on the place, but the loan is, it's very reasonable.
Okay.
It's like his payment, I think, is $1,500 a month or something.
Do you know if he would let us take over the loan and then maybe take some cash towards his equity?
Well, what are you talking about? Like, are you talking about maybe like a wrap?
Yeah, like a wrap. Yeah.
Okay. I don't think he's necessarily opposed to it. I mean, I guess as long as he has, we do it through the title company, and if you guys don't perform, he has the ability to, foreclose, of course.
Yeah, we could do that. I mean, we could even do a lease option, which would allow him to avoid a foreclosure. We could just do a lease where I give him some money up front to have the option to buy the property, if that makes sense.
Correct.
And I
Yeah.
I could get you paid commissions in that transaction. We can go through a title company, get title insurance, do all the regular things, get your money in your pocket and get us into the property.
Okay. The thing is he's gonna need most of his equity though. That's the thing.
Okay.
So, and he probably owes what does he owe? He owes $215 because he put like 20% down. So you probably need, I'm guessing on the minimum, like 150. I don't know if that's something that's doable for you guys.
Not for me, probably, but I do have an NFL buyer that might look at buying something like that. He's got a ton of cash that he would buy that. Most of my deals that we close on in Maricopa County, we're putting less than 10% down, which would obviously be more, would be too little for him. But I do have a couple of buyers that would potentially put that kind of money down.
Okay.
I could either connect you with them, or I could.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
You want to find out how much equity he has and how much he needs, and maybe we can go to the table and start writing some numbers up.
I'm his lender as well, man.
Oh, you are? Okay,
I'm his
great.
lender as well. Yeah.
Okay, so you're his loan officer too.
Correct.
Hell yeah, dude, that's great. You're making all sorts of money.
Yeah. Well, I pay the bills, So.
Okay, do you want to find out? Do you know what his underlying note is? How much his interest is on the underlying payment?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right as we speak because I'm refinancing another deal for him.
Awesome. Okay, so that one is $1,500 a month.
Here, hold on. Here, let me just double check 1 second here. Okay, Carson, HOA. There's no HOA. Carson. Mortgage, okay. This is as of March through UWM. Let's see, his outstanding principal is $206. His payment is, let's see. Principal, oh shit, it's less than $1,200 a month.
That's great.
Yeah. His interest rate is 3.25%.
Oh, okay.
So,
awesome.
yeah.
Okay, so a couple things. I'll go to Myron. We'll sit down. Sounds like we need to recraft an offer. And the offer I'll recraft is we take over the existing mortgage. We come in with a sizable down payment on that equity. I'm definitely not a buyer for that, but I'll go interface it with like 3 or 4 of my buyers that they don't care about cash flow. All they want is tax benefits. And I'll see what we can come up with.
Okay, cool. Sounds good, Jordan. And then that sounds good, man. That way he just needs the cash. And then I'll have to explain everything to him. He's not from here. So I'll have to just kind of explain everything. And then I got this Puerto Rican lady from New York who's been in title like 25, 30 years. She's a fucking badass. She is hard as shit, but she gets her shit done. I love her, man.
Oh, you want her to do the title work?
Yeah, the thing is she'd look out for everybody.
Cool. Yeah, I'm down with it. We don't care who we go through with the title. I'm cool with it, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And she knows how to handle all that kind of shit, all that complex shit. So she'd make sure that everybody's taken care of. So yeah.
I love it.
If you wanna check it out and let me know, he's gonna need at least 150 down.
Okay.
At least. Because we need the cash, again, to get some places in Memphis. So that's the whole goal of this, is him to sell out. And, since he has such a great deal,
I love it.
It'd be great. Yeah.
All right, brother.
Cool.
I appreciate it. I'll get to work. I'll get back to you.
All right. Sounds great, Jordan.
Thanks. Bye. Okay, chances of him being high, 1 to 10. What are the chances of him being high? Nobody else was thinking that? Like 1,000% that dude's high, right? Okay, so here's what I was thinking about. Ironically, Carly Grunman just sold the deal to an NFL player that's like, I don't care if there's a massive down payment. I don't know where else to put my money right now besides real estate. And if you can get me a good rate, I'll put that kind of money down. And so I've got a buyer, 2 guys in the NFL that are in Scottsdale and a guy in Texas that will buy deals. They don't care where. They're just like, if it's rentable, I don't care what the down payment is. So some of those types of deals, I would just assign it. So you might have picked up on the fact that I go, that's not a deal for me, but can we present it to our buyers? Okay. So what I want to do on that one, Myron, is go back to him and go, hey, I just talked to Pace. This is Marijuana Smith is his name, I think. Go back to Marijuana Smith and say, hey, I
called him Chief. Thanks, Chief.
Dang it! Chief Keef, bro. Okay, so I would go back to him and say, hey, sounds like your client would be open to us taking over the mortgage. However, the down payment is too much for us. Can we get a non-exclusive option agreement to send this to a few of our potential buyers? Okay. Okay, man, these calls are coming in too fast. You even have more leads, don't you?
I do. I really do. I just got 3 more. And you have like 4 more on that sheet.
There's no way we're going to keep up.
She wants a call right now. If you
Tiffany?
wanna do,
Okay, fine.
If you want to do one more.
Tiffany, hell yeah, I want to do one more.
How much time we have left?
Oh, Connie called me back, bro.
Oh, nice.
How much time do we have? We were
30.
only going to do this for 2 hours. We've been doing it for 2.5.
Oh, shoot. Let's see. Oh, Connie's the Houston deal.
Okay, Tiffany's the girl, right?
Tiffany wants a call right now.
Okay, she's going to yell at me. Call me right now. You're in trouble, buddy.
She called me several times earlier.
Okay, got it.
So she
wants the deal bad.
All right, here we go.
Hello, this is Tiffany.
Hey, Tiffany, my name is Jordan. I'm partners with Myron. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, he's on a plane, so he's having me call. I'm the guy that writes all the checks and does all the back-end paperwork and stuff.
Okay.
How far did you guys get in your conversations on the deal?
We haven't spoken at all.
Oh, dang. Okay.
I'll get him on the phone.
I think maybe it's because he had a flight that got delayed, and I couldn't get a hold of him, so he just sent me an email and told me to give you a call.
Okay. Trying to open up the Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Take your time.
Okay. Sorry, my headphone. But I'm actually just about ready to take off on a flight as well.
Oh yeah.
Where's my bag?
Where are you going?
I'm actually coming back to Phoenix.
Where are you coming from?
Maryland.
Oh, Maryland's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so he sent a LOI for my property on Cielo Grande.
Yeah.
And so is this like, is it a seller carry basically, essentially what you're trying to do, or?
Yeah, just kind of depends on what your seller has going on with their loan and their situation, but primarily we do seller carries as our main purchase style.
Okay, and what would there's no interest rate, there's no monthly payment, there's no how long it will last.
Yeah, the main objective of the LOI is for you and Myron to end up getting on a call and see what works out for both parties. So have your seller been interfaced with seller finance stuff yet?
Have they
received any offers? Have you guys talked about interest rates on other seller finance options or offers that you've received?
We did at the very beginning, but we had so much activity that they weren't really willing to do that at that time.
Okay. Where are they at now? Are they now open to seller carries now?
Yeah, they'd be interested probably.
Okay, so typically in a seller carry, we pay the commissions. Did you ever had to
on both sides?
What's that?
On both sides.
Yes. Well, we're not agents. So we would come in unrepresented. We'd let you choose your title company, so you know the people that are doing the paperwork. We would pay your commissions.
Okay.
And then we come in typically with a down payment, and then we work out whatever the seller wants on the interest side, as long as it makes sense for us.
Okay. All right. Well, and how long do you do the loans for typically?
Most of our sellers will do 30 years.
Okay. I'm just taking notes. And would you do a shorter one, like a 7-year or 10-year?
Usually 10 years are shortest. We have a sign on our wall in our office that says balloons are for clowns. And so we try not to do any balloons shorter than 10 years.
So what is the normal interest rate that you would want to pay, or that you would pay?
Well, the seller's usually winning on the purchase price. Obviously, that's been the challenge for a lot of the offers that we send out, is the seller was having a hard time getting the purchase price they wanted. So we come in, we make sure that they get that purchase price, they have a win on their side. And then we typically come in, and I'd say our average seller finance deal, we've done about 1,500 of them. The average seller finance deal is between 2 and 3%.
Oh.
And again, remember, the seller's winning on the purchase price. So I'm not coming in and saying, give me $100,000 off and give me 2%. What we're saying is, hey, let's give them the purchase price, get the commissions paid, and then we work out an agreement on the interest rate so we can win a little bit on our side and they still get interest on their equity.
And what do you guys do at the home?
Depends on the house. We have about 7 different exit strategies. Right now we're doing a lot of co-living and midterm rentals.
Okay. I don't know if I have. I think that covers all my questions, I guess. Let me talk to him and see if he's got anything else. We do have another offer that they may just take. It's a little lower, but that's why I wanted to try real hard to talk to you before we had to make that decision.
No problem. You talk to them, you get back to us whenever, and if this deal doesn't work out, I'm sure we'll find some other way to make money together. And if they don't take that offer and we just need to follow up every 30 days or so, we're happy to stick around for that too.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're awesome. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so different style, right? Every time I talk to an agent, I have a little bit different style. What is the difference in my style in that call? I paused a lot more, right? I chose not to talk.
Yeah.
Why? She's in a loud airport. She's taking notes. I'm going to give her all the time in the world. I'm not going to try and talk over her. I'm not here to convince her of anything. Anytime an agent is like, I'm about to get on a plane, I don't want to be talkative, and I don't want them to feel like, wait, I'm trying to get on the plane. This guy's talking to me. This guy's annoying, because you're branding yourself in the first call with the agent. So you want to remind them like, hey, I'm here. I'll give you your answer. And then I would pause multiple times in that call and wait for her to talk. Do you guys pick up on that?
Yep.
Like I love that uncomfortable silence so much that I probably had it 5 to 7 times on that call. Just sat there and I was like, waiting for you to talk, waiting for you to talk, right? So the challenging part of this is that every seller is going to be a little bit different. Every agent's going to be a little bit different, and you have to learn how to mirror those people, right? So like Jordan, I wrote a lot of good things that Jordan did down is that guy, it was alpha male, alpha male, alpha male. And guess what? You're alpha male. I know you. You're my friend. You're an alpha male. And you knew that in that call, you're like, I'm letting this guy be the alpha male because I'm not going to try and show this guy up on a call.
Yeah.
And so you took a backseat role and you let him kind of drive the conversation and you gave him what he needed over, little chunk, little chunk, little chunk. It was so good. So good. And again, this is why you pair up with people that know how to close and talk to sellers, right? And then we navigate. There's so much to this that you would not know how to do. Like, for example, the guy, Marijuana Smith. How would you know, the quality of I have a quality buyer that's willing to buy a deal, especially in Tempe, right? This is a house in a great area, has a 3.25 rate. The payment is $1,200 freaking dollars.
It was South Phoenix.
Oh, it's South Phoenix? Is that, how do you know?
Baseline in 7th Street. I looked up the address.
I guess this is why I should know the information?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds like he's from South Phoenix.
Yeah.
So you get a guy like that, and most people go, wow, this person wants too high of a down payment. All you got to do in those situations is go, cool, I'm not going to overcome that right now. You're not going to overcome that right now. Well, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's crazy. You're not going to overcome that. One of the best things you could ever do is get an agent or a seller in a non-exclusive option agreement that you can go and get field offers to see what your buyers will actually take a look at. And then what's really great is I can call Marijuana Smith up and I go, hey, bro. I can go, hey, bud.
There you go.
Hey, hey, hi.
What's up?
I can say, hey, Marijuana Smith, hey, bud. Talk to my 7 buyers, and they all say that down payment just kills the deal for them. Either A, we need to revisit the down payment, or B, I'll just follow up in 30 days. And then you pull away on the call. Okay. Kelly Humbarger is like, hi, how are you? And how high are you? But yeah, and Tiffany's really good too, right? That's a really good call. It is so fun to be able to be interfaced with different people's personalities and learn how to mirror and learn how to mirror and learn how to mirror. You'll get the Rebeccas of the world, right? She was freaking awesome. You'll get the Kimberlys of the world that are freaking awesome. And then you'll get the people like Jason, I think is his name. Yep. You'll get the people like Jason that I call them crabs. Mm-hmm. They're hard out on the outside, but once you kind of just work with them a little bit, they start softening up. And then he's like, all right, yeah, we could probably make something like this work. Yeah. Okay. Now, a lot of people are like, why aren't you guys comping and underwriting these deals? Why would I comp and underwrite a deal before I know the seller and the agent's objections? It is a waste of my time to even look at anything until I know what's going on with the house. I know what's going on with the agent. I gather that information. I know a baseline story, and then I go to the table, right? The LOI is never what I'm actually going to buy the house for, right?
Right. It's just to get them talking and get the lead.
Yeah.
Is that news to anybody in here? Okay, so people are like, oh, you need to comp houses. What? Is that real? Do people really do that? That's I'm exaggerating. I'm being very exaggerative. See how I can pronounce things too? I'm not going to waste my time. I see so many newbies. What, do you have another call you want me to have? What do you got?
You want to call Connie?
I do want to call Connie. That's my girl, dude. Are you kidding me? Connie's my Houston, Texas girl. I always like to tease people about living in Houston, Texas. Like, I always have the same joke, and they don't get it. I'm waiting for the one person that gets it.
Where's Connie?
Hi, this is Connie.
Tag, you're it. How you doing?
Good.
Are you the Connie in Houston, Texas?
Uh-huh. Yes.
Awesome. Connie, I am Myron's financial partner. I write checks on all of his deals. I back all of his purchases. I think you guys have been talking about an LOI he sent over.
Yes.
Awesome. How far did you guys get in the conversation, you and Myron?
Not far, but
Ugh.
I think, he said, he was interested in putting an offer. I said, that would be great because the house is totally updated from the inside to the outside. And I feel like y'all are probably going to come in a little too low.
Depends. I mean, is your seller open to doing some sort of like long-term pay as we go type of situation, like a lease option or a seller carry?
No.
Is that no or not yet?
That is, I would assume a no. Not yet. I mean, he doesn't want to do a lease purchase.
And he doesn't want to do a seller carry either, I assume.
A seller carry, so he's going to carry the note.
Yep. So I give him a down payment.
It'll be an owner finance, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So you're doing that on this one. Do you normally pay for your properties, or do you always do a lease purchase or a owner finance?
We've got 2,132 rentals in the portfolio, and even from a $100,000 purchase to a $25 million purchase, we have never gone through a conventional bank.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because Connie, you like to get paid fast. I like to buy deals fast. And so when we go through a bank, that's not fun. Why is that not fun? Because I've got appraisals, I've got inspections, I've got all these things that a typical deal takes 75 to 90 days. Whereas as a real estate investor, I can come in and go, let me get Connie paid in a week. Let me get the seller some money in a week. And let's go through title and escrow and be done with this thing in 8 days.
So let me just stop you for a minute because our closings usually happen in 20 to 30 days.
Yeah, but why is that?
90% of the time.
Yeah, but what the reason why that is a title report takes what, 2 days?
Couple of days, yeah.
Yeah, so 2 days, we're done with the title report. If we do a seller finance deal or an owner carry, as you describe it, what would keep us from closing a deal in 8 days?
I mean, when you're doing it that way, if it's owner financing, what kind of down payment are you putting?
Depends on the seller, but every seller and every deal is a little bit different. Sometimes the seller, I would say actually 90% of the time, our sellers care more about their purchase price and their agent getting paid more than they care about a big down payment.
Okay, usually I see 35% on owner finance here.
Oh, I've never seen that. And I'd say in Texas, our average deal is about 8% down payment.
So you're talking about putting down.
Man, 35%,
8%.
I don't even put that much down on a bank.
No, we usually, well, if it's an owner finance, that's not unusual to see at all.
I think maybe the owner finance they're doing, you're probably involved in is like the owner finance, the tenant or something like that.
Okay, so you would, I think the best thing to do then, if that's what you're offering, and then that way I can send it over to him and then we can talk about it.
Yeah, of course.
Is if you get it written up.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
The only thing with that is that on an owner finance, we don't really have contracts for that. That's more like we don't have contracts for an owner finance. That would probably have to be set up with a lawyer, and maybe you have all that.
Yeah, we do. We would go through like an Allison Tipton or a Scott Horn in Texas, and they would take your standard state contract that we would just do like a purchase and sale agreement.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would draft up the seller carry addendum on the back end of that.
Again, I couldn't answer you. I mean, I don't normally suggest that because I personally have been through that experience and it was not necessarily a good situation at the end of the day, but it could be with you. I mean, I'm not saying it couldn't be.
Okay.
And again, it's what he's going to gain, but most of the time somebody that's selling their house doesn't just want the 8% or 9% down or 10% down. They're trying to get their equity out.
I'd say 90% of the time, most of our sellers don't even care about their down payment. They care about their purchase price. And then a lot of our sellers they're worried about their capital gains too. Is your seller living in the property? Is it an investment property?
No, it's personally owned.
Okay, cool. So he wouldn't worry. I could see why he would want a little bit more down payment. Most of our sellers are selling their investment properties to us. And if they get a big down payment, guess what they're paying? Big capital gains. And so typically owner finance helps them avoid capital gains. So they don't want down payments.
Well, you have to make $250 or $500 before you're taxed.
Yeah, we're talking about personal stuff, obviously, but
I am too. Owner and on a property that's owned by the owner that's selling, they have to. If it's a couple, it's $500,000 before they get taxed on capital gains. $250 if it's a single person.
Right, and I could see why your seller would want a down payment, but most of our sellers are selling their investment properties to us, and so they will have capital gains due to the fact they're not living in the property. So they don't want any down payments.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't know if he's interested in that, to be honest. So I always think the best thing is for him to see it in writing, or any seller to see their offer in writing, because that may motivate somebody to move forward rather than just the talk. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Actually seeing the numbers. So how long do your owner finances last? What is your term?
Our minimum term is 10 years. And the reason for that is that we're paying a price that nobody else has paid for it on the market. So we're paying over retail. Like after I pay for the property and we have closing costs and I have commissions, I'm over retail, right? I'm underwater. And so we've got to wait as long as we possibly can for that property to appreciate. So our minimum balloon we look at is 10 years.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't think so. But again, I'm not going to It's not my decision to make, it is his, but I do think you would be better served if it was in writing.
Okay, great. And if I gave it to you in writing, when should I follow up?
I mean, I'll talk to him, as soon as I get it, I'll talk to him, unless it's midnight. But I would just send it to him and go over it with him
Love it.
and let him make the decision.
Okay, cool.
All right?
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, Connie, Conair, Conster.
That was a tough cookie.
She's great. I love those calls. Those are great calls. Those ones are the ones where they are convinced of something, and then you realize very quickly, oh, she's like full residential. She doesn't know anything about investments. She's never dealt with investors at all. And so she doesn't understand that an investor actually, and there's so many freaking things I can unpack. Like you were on the call with Jason, okay? What did Jason say? Jason, when you said, well, what's her rate? What did he say?
He said it was really good.
No, he said it was really good, but she refinanced it a year ago, which is physically impossible for it to be good.
I know.
And then secondly, he says, that's none of my business. That's her personal matter, and I'm just her real estate agent. Do we agree with that sentiment? Or is he just didn't want to ask her? That's basically what he's saying, right? Mm-hmm. Then we get on the phone call with Marijuana Smith, and what does he say?
3.25.
Oh, here's her rate. Let me pull it up. Here's her payment. Here's the this. Da. Everybody's a little bit different, right? And you just got to understand that. So part of the call, the first time you have a call with these agents, is you're navigating where are you at, and where are you at in the business, and what kind of clientele are you typically dealing with. Jason is a gamer, right? That means he does deals. He's actually in the business. Has Connie ever bought an investment property for herself or for a client?
I would say no.
I would say no.
Probably not.
Okay, so, and that's perfectly fine. So that then becomes a challenge of like, ooh, how do I get this lady to have a longer conversation with me? Can I tell you guys why I also don't like working with agents? Is because the ability for the client to actually understand the benefits of my deal, I have to rely on Connie, who's never done an investment deal in her entire life. And so as you scale in this business and you're doing like a full-fledged scaled business, you're typically wanting to go direct to seller.
As you're playing telephone. You
Okay.
have to go through the agent, then she has to re-explain it, and it comes out a completely different way.
Yeah, and then I'm fighting her. Meanwhile, her client hasn't sold the house and it's fully renovated. That's my favorite part. Well, it's fully renovated. Cool. So why hasn't it sold? Right? By the way, I rarely ever say that to an agent because it's offensive. And you never want to come across offensive, right? You want to win the relationship at the end of the day. Now, Connie, here's the other thing. Is Connie an agent that I'm going to ever do a deal with if I don't do this deal with her? No. Physically impossible. So what I like about these Connie calls is I can then push the envelope a little bit more on my next call, knowing that I can say things a little bit more aggressively that I wouldn't say to an agent like a Tiffany or somebody else, because I really want that long-term relationship. But with Connie, I'll test out new one-liners. I'll test out new stories. I'll test out new things, knowing it's not going to land. It's like open mic night. So when you run into a Connie, you don't get upset. You don't get frustrated. You go, that's open mic night, right?
I love that.
Yeah. It's open mic night. I'm just dropping new stuff. I'm saying stuff that just, who knows if this is going to land. Also, Chris John Baptiste out of Brooklyn, love you, brother. He says in the chat a little bit ago, he goes, when the client changes the words, right? She's very limited. I said seller finance. She says owner finance. I go, yep. Or am I going to try and correct her? Okay. Also, you did a good job when he was talking about, oh, is this a such and such? And you're like, yes. Like, I'm not going to fight you on the terminology.
Whatever you want to say.
Whatever you want to say. And also, SubTo is one of 25 strategies we can follow, right? Lease option is one that most people will understand. Oh, yeah, lease option. Even though they've never done a lease option, their broker has told them, hey, a lease option's a possibility. Make sense? So sometimes the first date of me opening up the SubTo conversation is a lease option every once in a while with an agent. Okay, what else do we got? Do we want to keep doing this? Or are people worn out? We've been going 3 hours.
That's crazy.
I got more, but
oh, we're just using this as the YouTube live now today. Yeah, that was actually supposed to be done an hour ago.
It was done.
Roxana says one more time. I'll keep going, one more call, maybe two more calls, but I want to see what you guys have, what some good things you guys have taken away today. You guys like the open mic night thing? You don't, then that way you don't get offended by stuff. Right? That one's a really good one.
I think you said a key phrase. Myron said that was a tough one. And you said she was great.
Yeah.
Like immediately. So even when you're dealing with something tough, you're seeing, hey, I can learn from this. And I'm not just immediately shutting it down. Like, that was great. Like now I can go practice those one-liners.
Mm-hmm. You can say some stupid stuff to people, not like rudely, but you can say things like, people go, how did you come up with that story? How did you come up with that analogy? Open mic night. All these agents I talk to, I screw things up and I say things. And so a lot of people that are new are like, well, how do I get good at this business? I'm still getting good at this business. This, man, you imagine having a job the rest of your life that you don't learn anything at every single week? I wouldn't want that job. We got the greatest job on the planet Earth. We get to learn new stuff every single day.
And shoot paintball.
Kevin says, yes, I learned the details of how this is structured. Like we do a 10-year minimum balloon because we're underwater. Brilliant. Yeah, there you go. How do you argue with that? Okay. Being accepting of the situation is a great first step. It keeps things from getting tense. Progress, not perfection. Yeah. And balloons are for clowns. That was me just testing that out because I rarely get to use that phrase anymore, but every once in a while I got to throw that out. Perspective is important for both parties. Now, a couple of other things I would want you to take away is every agent's going to be different. Anybody in here that's brand new or like, I could not have handled any of these calls and navigated these calls. Can you give me a me if that's you? Like, where do I go? Okay, this guy throws it out a weird number. He says this word, da. Okay. Can you make a video breaking down that call? Sure. Because I have a twin of mine down in my basement that all he does is do video breakdowns. I would love that. Eric's like, yeah, right back after the 50 videos our team is waiting for right now.
Yeah. Add it to the pipeline, yeah.
Okay, so Kimberly Williams says, I'm ready to make calls now. Now, here's what's great about our community. How many people have gone to a power hour that somebody in the community has ran, and it is just like this? It's just a bunch of people sitting in a room making calls, right? Angie Milanazzo, she runs one, right? Make the calls, get the no's. And by the way, what did I say to her? And she said, oh, that's a no for me, dog. She didn't say that, but she basically was like, I'm almost guaranteed he's going to say no. And I said, is a no mean no, or does it mean not yet? And she goes, she was reeling for like 3 seconds. That's a good point. Let's keep this conversation going for 7 more minutes. Yeah. Okay, which one am I calling? Anybody else? Anybody that you know is hot to trot?
Yes. I got one right here.
Okay. Oh, you got a bro. I don't know how you create this many leads.
Brand new. Hold on.
You're
gonna like this one.
Hey, everybody in the SubTo community, make sure you guys are tapping into the power hours that are happening all over the country. Pace, I don't know where the power hours are happening. Email support@subto.com, and as long as you are in the SubTo community, they will give you a link to the power hours that are going on in your geographical areas. Me and Jordan and Jerry Norton should do a power hour here in Montana.
We usually do one on Thursdays. What is Thursday?
It is. Well, I guess we're doing one.
We're doing one.
Boom. Yeah, Jordan's call was awesome. Eric's call was really good.
Did really good, you guys. I killed it on the hanging up after he didn't answer.
Great.
But what was the worst thing that happened?
Nothing on that.
Yeah.
But now he's got my number. He's going to call me back. Hey, Jordan.
Bro,
He's going to sound way different than that.
yeah, you took.
Why do you sound so different?
No mortgage.
Why
Okay,
did I
bro.
call you the first time and your voicemail said, hey, this is Eric, leave a voice memo. And then you answer the phone and said, this is Jordan. I realized that when you're on the phone.
You got that?
Yes, sir. Is that a 2 or a 7?
2.
Are you sure? Doctor.
I2.
Dr. Penmanship over here. Chicken scratch.
Scratching for deals.
Calibrate Realty, this is Bruce.
Hey, Bruce, my name is Pace. Myron, my partner, just shot me an email. I think he's on a plane and asked me to give you a call about the deal on Abajo.
Okay.
How far did you guys get in your conversation?
I never talked to him. This has just been a couple emails.
Oh, dang it. Okay, well, maybe I got involved a little bit premature, but that's okay. I'm the guy that usually writes the checks for all the deals.
Okay.
I'm just the one that writes the checks, and what happens is every once in a while he'll throw me a phone call and say, "Hey, will you help me out? I'm on a plane."
Oh, okay.
I think it looks like on his notes he has 2 houses that you're representing.
Yeah. I sent him a second address on one that is a good. You had a chance to look that one up yet?
Okay, got it. And the seller, you cut out for a second. Is the seller, does he own both of these properties?
No, different sellers.
Okay, got it. And would your sellers be open to any sort of owner carry type of stuff?
No.
No, or not yet?
No.
Okay, got it. They just want cash offers.
Yep.
And did the cash offers that Myron sent over, were they close on numbers or were they way far off?
I never got an offer. He just sent me an email saying, I have an investor that may want to purchase this property. And that's as far as we got. We didn't even get into anything.
Okay, cool. Well, let me take some notes. I'll keep you on the phone for maybe 2 more minutes and I'll get back with Myron on it and hopefully I can get him to send over an offer.
Okay.
On the Abajo Drive deal, what's your timeline on that deal? Is your seller living in the property? They trying to move or?
No, it's vacant. It's vacant. I'm the broker for it. I live right across the street. It's been a property that the seller inherited from his parents.
Okay.
And we've just put a lot of lipstick on it and cleaned it up, and it looks pretty doggone nice right now. We just put about $30,000 into the property.
Oh, dang.
And we're in an area that our time frame for selling runs October through April. So we're in a retirement community that's mostly secondary homes.
Got it.
And the bulk of it will get busy about October. So that's the reason it's been on the market for a few months. Not that it won't sell. It's just that we're not quite in season yet.
Okay, cool. So maybe I'm a real estate investor. So you guys are probably a better fit for a retail buyer, as you already know.
Well, not the second house. The second one is a better property for you guys.
Okay, cool.
It needs to go in and get a remodel done on it. And it's priced. Well, I got it priced at $459, and 2 comps right beside it were just redone, and one was smaller that sold for $650, and the other one was about the same size that sold for $700.
Okay, great. And if I'm not an agent, we're just investors. If I bought that deal to flip it, would you represent me on the sale?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Myron has the info on that one. Is your seller firm on the 459, or would he come down a little bit? Obviously, I don't know anything about the house, but is he firm on that?
I think there's room for him to come down on that. Yeah.
Okay, got it. And do you think that other flippers are not buying it because interest rates are high, or why do you think another flipper hasn't bought it?
I've gotten some lame excuses that they thought maybe there was water problems in our area. They don't know the market. They've never come out to see it. And I've been in this market for quite a while. I've been licensed for 35 years. I do very well in this little community. I go a quarter of a mile to work. I play golf with a lot of these guys. I only work with referrals.
Got it.
So this house is a guy that he bought it with the intention of remodeling it and moving into it. And then all of a sudden his dream house became available. And he looked at his wife and said, let's sell the one we just bought and buy our dream house. So that's why it's available.
I love it. Okay, cool. That one, I assume, is in a gated community if you guys are up there golfing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
This is, that house it's right on the golf course. It's got great mountain views. And right now, first questions I get from a lot of my clients are, does it have views?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this has got some of the best views in the community. It's got a 2-car garage plus a golf cart garage, which is very tough to find in townhomes. This is a townhome. It's not a freestanding home. It's got a one common wall. And this has got a lot going for it if it was just redone properly.
Okay, got it. And do you think that buyer is also a seasonal buyer?
Probably. So by the time you would buy it and get it fixed up, you'd be right at the start of the season.
Okay, cool. So here's my problem. I do a lot of smaller flips. This sounds like a nice neighborhood, nice area. And the flips we do, we try and stay under $50,000. And so the crews I have might not be perfect for this particular house.
Mm-hmm.
You know how if I'm doing a South Phoenix house, I'm using a South Phoenix tile guy, not a North Scottsdale tile guy, right?
Right.
Do you have referrals for contractors that we could use for that house if we bought it?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same guys that did that 30,000 renovation in the neighborhood for you?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
got it. And they could handle a project like this?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's the same guy that just did the 30,000 for me. He's really good. And he would make suggestions of, yeah, that's a good way to go. No, don't waste your money. I mean, he's good. And I recommend him to a lot of my clients.
Okay. Here's a weird one. If I came in at $459, came in with my money to renovate it, would the seller carry the note while I renovated the property?
Well,
and the reason I say that is I would use like Cap Fund One, my hard money lender, and they're going to charge me 4%, which makes me want to give him a lower price. But if he gave me the note for 3 or 4 months while we went and renovated it, listed it on the market, I could get him the $459.
Well, here's the problem. The house that they want to buy, he owns another house right next door that he's lived in since 2016.
Uh-huh.
And the new house, they're going to put it on the market October 1st.
Got it.
And he's got to sell one of his houses to buy that house. The easiest one to sell is this one I'm talking to you about. The other one's $600,000.
Okay, so it would be better for me to just come in. Here's what I'll do. Bruce, I'll give you a couple of offers. I'll give you the crazy offer where I ask him to carry the note. Even though he says no, there's no harm in trying, right? And then I'll come in a little bit lower than the $459 on an all cash purchase, and I'll just go get hard money for my purchase, and then I'll use my cash for the renovation.
Sure. I can tell you right now, he just come in less for the cash purchase because he wants to know that he can make an offer on his forever home, and he doesn't want any problems going forward.
Okay, I love it. So he's looking for certainty and convenience.
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, Bruce, you're my new friend. I appreciate you so much. If we do this deal, I appreciate you giving me the contractor's info and listing the property for us.
Okay, that'd be great. And I did not get your name.
My name is Pace, Pace. I am not.
Dace?
Yes, exactly.
DACE? Okay. All right. Good. And this number you're calling me on is a good number for you?
Yes, sir. It's my personal cell phone.
Okay. All right. Any more questions? Call me. I've been in this community a long time. I've sold hundreds of houses here. I don't advertise. I mean, I'm on Google. I'm all over the place. We got a nice website, but I'm a broker. I got 6 other agents working for me. And
what's your handicap, though? That's the main question.
No, it's not very good. It's about a 10.
Oh, that's better than me. I'm like a 12. I just don't get out as much, as I used to.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm working too much, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good fall for us. I got a lot of listings already lined up. They're going to break in October, and real estate's going to be I think it's going to be a good track these next 6 months or more. And if the election looms right, it's going to be even better.
Yeah. You're telling me you're not voting for Kamala?
I am not voting for Kamala.
Do you think you could beat Trump at golf? That's the question.
Probably.
Okay.
I don't think he's as good as he thinks he is.
I agree. I see the shot tracker and I'm like, I don't think you're as good as you think you are, bro.
Yeah. But you know what? We don't have to like the guy. We just have to like his policies and what he does for the country.
That's true. That's very true. I wish he was a little bit more diplomatic, but I can't fix that. So.
Right. I agree with you.
Okay. Well, I'll work on the numbers and I'll get you a lower cash offer than the 459. I will still throw out the crazy offer.
Okay.
And I'll have you list the property, get me the contractors, and hopefully we can make a deal work.
Yeah. Got it.
Thank you.
Sounds
brother.
good, Dace.
Appreciate it.
Okay. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So that dude, 459 on a 700 ARV, that's pretty decent. And I bet you the guy would sell for like 415. What's his situation? His situation is he's got 2 houses and he's got to close on his other house. So he's like, I got to sell one of these things to buy the other one. So what does he need? He needs certainty and convenience, which is why people accept low ball cash offers. What was your offer on the deal? Do you know? Can you pull it up?
Mm-hmm. Actually, that one, I didn't make an offer on that one.
No, you didn't. Okay. Did any? Yeah. Hey, what do you guys think? Do you guys think Pace is better on the phone or Dace? Which one do you think? Dace Dorby. Bro, we could literally do like 5 deals today. Like, there's so much.
That's crazy. That's cool.
Our biggest problem right now is that we have too many leads.
All the agents said, but what is send me a contract with the numbers. Like they wanted a contract to look at. And so I think we did a great job on getting leads
and getting on the phone. Building relationships.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome.
3 hours of freaking amazingness. And we have like 6 more we didn't get to call.
We have more than that, dude.
We do? Bro, stop sending out the LOIs. Gosh, dang it. Okay. What did we learn on that call? Anything? I snuck in, he says 459. I said, okay, well, is he negotiable on that? He says, yeah, I think so. I go, great. Well, I've got a crazy offer. Now, do I throw out the word novation agreement? Never. I mean, most of these agents don't know what a freaking lease option is. But when I say, I got a crazy offer, I got a crazy idea here. What's funny is both times I pitched novation, they were both like, oh, that's not that crazy.
Yeah.
But this guy's like, just give me a lower cash offer. How good was that? And then you've got to give them the other thing I did. I think Kelly Humbarger really liked this, was I said, will you list the property for me? Why do I do that? That's a big part of it, Carolyn. That's a big part of it. She says, give me the relationship. I want to bring him into the thing. I want him to feel attached to me. That's a big part of it. But the bigger part of it is when you're doing the deal with an agent and they know they're going to list the property, their likelihood of lying about the sales price will go way, way, way down. Does that make sense? Big like gem to drop there, just FYI. The other thing is, I don't want to use my contractors, right? Because this guy knows the contractors in that area. Mm-hmm. He knows the buyer in that area. Literally this, I've probably done this 30 times in my life where I call the agent and I go, let me renovate the property and then I'll have you relist it. Agents, I don't think there's a time where the agent was wrong on the listing. Especially a guy like this, 35 years in the business, he's not going to put himself in a situation that he's like, F this. I told this guy the ARV 700, right? Emily says, so many lessons being learned right now. But at the end of the day, how do we do this business? Do we learn lessons or do we get on the phone?
Do your thing.
Some of the best things I want you guys to learn from this is that you got to pair up with people like a Jordan Reyes, like a Pace Morby, other people that are like, I want to be on the phone all day long. Right? How many people in here are like, I'm a Dace Dorby. You're a Dace Dorby. You want to get on the phone. Type in the word Dace for me. By the way, why would I correct the guy in my name?
Not going to remember anyway.
He ain't going to remember anyway. And then when let's say we send over the contract and it says Pace Morby on it, which it won't. It'll say the company name. Emily says, I just want to be articulate. The way you are, you know how dumb I was when I was on the phone. I had no idea what half these words even meant. Did you hear new things today you've never heard?
A little bit, yeah. I've been around you a lot, so it's not.
You've never heard me pitch a novation agreement.
On the phone, no. I've heard you talk about it. We've come to a lot of videos about it.
Now, are you guys going to do the novation pitch the way I do it? I got a crazy idea. What if da-da-da-da-da? I did it two different ways. One with Bruce, I said, what if the seller carries the note for me? I come in and renovate it. You do the listing, blah, blah, blah. I can come at the ask price because I don't have to go to a hard money loan. No, just give me a low ball cash offer. Okay, cool, no problem. Then the other one I did is I said, I got a crazy idea. Why don't I partner with the seller? So I did the pitch two different ways. Christian Baptiste says, you mean SubTo? Yes, but I would, as we all know, I would never say SubTo to a seller. I would never say novation to a seller, right?
Or to an agent.
Or to an agent. I mean, think about these agents, like the guy, Jason, you were talking to on the phone, been in the business for 18 years, right? Didn't understand what a contract for deed was. You had to pivot to a lease option.
Yeah.
SubTo is a scam.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Was this good today, guys? 3 hours and 15 minutes felt like 12 minutes. 12 freaking minutes. So here's the number one thing I would take away from this. Okay, we had probably about 600 people on Zoom today. We have, 300 people over on YouTube today, which is great. The number one thing I would want you guys to take away today, if you are not somebody good on the phone, all you have to do is be an Eric or be a Myron. Myron actually is good on the phone, so I don't want to dismiss you for that. But you have something wrong with you where you like to sit in front of a computer.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Do you sit in front of a computer when you make calls? Or do you go outside and walk around?
Well, I mean, how can you not be out? I love being outside, especially here.
Yes.
Walking around. Yeah.
So if you are trying to get started in this business, what I would do is I would find people in the SubTo community and go, hey, who's a closer in here? We've got a lot of them. Where are my closers in the SubTo community? Type it out in the Zoom chat right now. Where are my closers? Eric says me. Type in the word closer. Everybody in here says closer. Type in the word Kyle Cargus. Hell yeah. Kyle Cargus just gave me 61 grand the other day. Okay. So we got a lot of, Tegan says poser. I've been a poser before too. There's nothing wrong with that. Daniel Touche says closer in the works. Daniel, I feel like you know what? It's probably sad. Your wife is probably a better closer. She catches all the fish. She wins all the games.
I'm a schmoozer.
You're a good schmoozer. You are good. You're easy to build friendships with people. Okay? So if you're brand new, here's what I would do. The value you could provide. Let's say I'm Eric. And I'll go, man, I'm not good on the phone. I'm never going to be able to do this. I would get LOI Blaster, learn from Myron how to generate leads, go to people and go, hey, I have seven calls. Who can make these calls for me?
Exactly.
Solves the problem.
How do I sign up?
LOIblaster.com.
We don't let ex-BMX riders join up.
Oh,
discount code BMX.
Never mind.
Discount code BMX.
Ooh, I like
Huffy. Discount. There you go. There's the blueprint. Guys, this was so fun. Thank you guys so much. Happy Thursday or whatever it is. We're going to maybe go shoot some guns, play some pickleball. Should we see if we can get Jerry Norton to hang out for a little bit?
Eat tacos.
Let's go see what Jerry's up to. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This was a lot of fun. The recording of this will go into the Zoom vault for SubTo. This also, we're going to put this into like a free little like LOI wholesale course for you guys. The biggest takeaway you took away was what? Pair up with a closer?
Yes.
Pair up with a closer until you can be good at closing.
Yep.
Cool. All right, guys, we'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Give Myron some love. Everybody give Myron some love.
Thank you.
It's honestly ridiculous how easy it is for you to generate leads.
It's crazy. We were literally doing all this. I know we're hanging out, but I was doing all this stuff today with Pace, generating leads at the same time.
Paintballing, setting up appointments.
Literally anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Literally anybody can do it.
Yep.